already. Well, I didn't even have the thing set right on the thing, whatever thing. Anyway, hi, hold on just a second. I'm sorry, I didn't close my door. Please stand by for one moment, please. I was up dancing. Well, I was talking to somebody else and I started dancing. Music makes me crazy. I see your hair is burning 'cause you're too close to that candle. Okay, hold on. Jim Morrison. My daughter... God damn it, Foo-Foo, hold on. Foo-Foo. Boobie. Boopers. Boopers. Boops. Come on, Slow-Mo. Come on, Dandelion. Good Reefus. Anyway, now that we have the gangs all here, welcome to my last show here on Spreaker where I get to play any copyrighted music because I signed a document today saying I wouldn't do that. But I haven't returned the document yet. I did return the other documents, but not that. And I'll just make another account on this account where I can play the copyrighted music. Huh? How about that? So I am here by myself, I guess, so far, and on a, is it Tuesday night? Take a look and see. Correct. Stabby was just playing some of the best music. Ouch. I don't know why I made him stop. He was on a roll. Is he still on? Let me click. You'll see your hair is burning. I still have my webcam on. I was talking to Celtic on webcam. Celtic is so serious. Why so serious? Jim Morrison was born a very intelligent little boy to a mom that was a homemaker. I'm just going off my memory. The reason I'm talking about this is because Heather, she goes, Mom, I want to reframe some of the posters in my bedroom because some of the frames are all messed up. So we went, and she has two of Jim Morrison. Anyway, and she started asking me, we were talking about Jim Morrison and stuff, and then I went to this other show today that I have to go to these shows sometimes. I don't have to, but I go to these shows where these other people frequent. It's my cell phone, hold on. Oh my God, I don't believe it's you. And I know you've got your video. Oh, you're on video? Okay, hold on. Hang up. I'm going to go on my Skype on my computer and go on video with you. Hang up. I see your hair is burning. I don't know what I did. Ouch!
Ow! Boom!
Indigo blue. Whoa! I see your hair is burned. Jerry's dancing on webcam. Hi, Jerrita. What are you doing, crazy love? I miss you. Merry Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I am doing beyond great. I'm beyond Thunderdome.
Sweet.
I have something in my eye. I'm going to turn on my webcam and say hi to you in just a second if I get my eye fixed. Sure. I'm talking about Jim Morrison. Do you know anything about the lad?
Yes, I do.
You know something about everything. Now, my webcam is messed up. It's blurry, and I've tried to clean it with...
My webcam is blurry.
My webcam is blurry. Mr. Midnight Movie is such a lumpkin love. What are you doing? What are you doing? Jerry.
I'm trying to find my cigarette. Jesus.
It looks like you're doing something.
Got it.
You got a new one.
Yeah, well, I'm doing this thing. It's a long story.
Okay. Did you win an award back there on that golden Victrola? What is that Victrola behind you?
It's my Emmy.
Get out of town. Why are you dressed in fatigues like you're in the Army?
Because I'm at war.
I love that. Where did you get that?
I built it.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Can you make it play?
Yes, I can. It has bamboo needle.
Oh my God, that is
And then
amazing. Does it
here
go like?
and it winds up. See, it winds up like this,
Wow.
and then it starts like this. Anyway, I can't really kind of do it from here. I'd have to set it up and do it right. But then there's bamboos. There's little extra bamboos right here.
When did you make that?
Probably about 2 years ago.
What?
And the only reason why it's in here is because we have it on our fireplace mantle.
Uh-huh.
And then at Christmas, Selena has a nativity scene. All the little, miniature figurines of the nativity scene that goes on the mantle. So she put this in here. And I haven't put it back on the mantle yet because all the Christmas stuff is down now. So.
Well, I see your hair is burning. Jim Morrison died at the... You have one of those little globes like Stephen got for Christmas.
What's that?
Behind you on your left, up above the Victrola. Is that a globe? I'm sorry. I'm just asking all these questions about Jerry. Is that a globe?
Yes, it's a little miniature globe with an airplane on top, and it's made out of solid silver, and it was given to me by the Hughes Aircraft Association, the Hughes Aircraft Company.
Amazing. Jerry, I love you so much. What is it about you and Joe Seeker and Stabby and all these people? Y'all are just so funny. I just think I have the creme de la creme of the internet people.
Because you're so attractive to us nerd people.
Now you're gonna laugh at when I turn on my webcam because I look like I've been asleep for 5 days. But I've been promising you I'll turn it on. It's blurry and we've all tried to fix it and it's underneath. It's underneath the cover of my Macintosh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mr. Midnight Movie just gave me a little skipping phase. Let's see if it comes on. Hold on. Come on,
I have a story to tell you, a business story to tell you. That's awesome.
Really? I want to hear. What?
Okay. So I got this company I've been working for the last 2 months. They're in publishing. Mm-hmm. And it's a startup company, and the president is a 24-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. And the mom actually hired me, and she is the sweetest woman in the world.
Can you see me now on webcam?
They're pretty predominant in the community. They own a local radio station. Remember I told you about?
You told me about that, and they played Jesus music or something, right?
Well, they did. Then now they converted to a commercial station, and they've got some of the top conservative talk show people on their station now, and that's a whole long story. But then the dad, I suppose, I understand, owns a commercial construction company. So now check this out.
Look at my my aura.
Oh, your aura!
I bring you
holy
great.
Cow.
Oh, I am the goddess of light. Isn't that
you're
weird?
You're the first internet cult leader.
Yes. Please deposit $25 to continue this conversation.
Yeah, exactly. You know, one of my favorite things was always, well, you're the goddamn psychic. You tell me what my credit card number is.
It's 4250. No, I'm joking. Now, you know what? I have a Nordstrom's card that says I can go and spend $180 at Nordstrom's.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Wow.
You could get some cute boots with that.
I have some cute boots sitting right across the way over there. I should try them on for you and show you what they look like, but I can't believe I'm on webcam. I look like crap, but I've been promising I would get on webcam.
No, you don't. You really don't.
I look like I just rolled out of bed.
No, not at all.
Now, I want to hear the story. So the station is not going to be a Jesus station.
So, no, their daughter starts a publishing company that publishes a couple magazines.
Yes.
And I'm going to not give away too much information because, okay. But anyway, they hire this guy. And he comes in and he takes over as director of operations. and now I'm the web developer that develops the website.
I see. And how long have you been feeling like this?
Frickin' fucking asshole.
And?
Okay. And my last check I received from him bounced.
What?
And I had to scramble to get that to clear.
Ooh, that's not good.
And so, I had them on Net 30, and they're very predominant people in the community, and I was cool with it. It's like I don't do Net 30, and I usually get a retainer. Well, probably 98% of the time I get a retainer.
You got a retainer from me, bozo. Remember?
Yeah, I know. And you know what? I got some time here, so if you want me to do some development, I'll hack for you. So just let me know.
I was just joking around.
I know, but I got some time for you to
joking your chain.
Get that site up rocking fast.
I had to take
just
a potassium.
I got time here now, man. This is what I'm trying to talk about, because today was the come to blows day.
So what did you say to him? Hey, you're writing hot checks, so give me time on your station.
Okay, so then he decided he was going to take over total control of everything. And I'm like, that's cool. That's what you want to do. That's cool. I'm like it's like I can suffer, ego issues.
Right.
Like the very first meeting I had with him, okay, and all of us were in a room, and the whole staff, and there was probably maybe 10 people at the table.
Right.
Okay, and I actually, in this case, I raised my hand, and I got called upon by the owner. Okay, and then I answered a question about, had to do with something to do with marketing and web marketing and things like that. And I said,
right.
This is, okay. And this is his first meeting when he first got hired, and I was with him about a month before that.
Was this webcam or in person?
As a contractor, as a company doing business with a company, they're my client. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing this guy does is immediately frickin' starts snapping at me. I mean, just like literally attacking over. That's my purview. He basically establishing his A-dog position. He's in charge, and basically that's not my purview and none of my business. And
Shut the fuck up, Jerry. Right.
Right. Shut the fuck up, Jerry.
Wow.
I'm like, hey, whatever. I said, that's cool. I said, I'm just not used to, not being the fountainhead of all knowledge at the table.
Yeah, you're an alpha dog. There's no doubt about it. You're the top dog. Everybody knows that.
And so then I'm like, okay, whatever. And so then I just go into the mode of not driving, just basically taking orders.
No, you pouted. You were like, all right, then.
No, okay, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm not going to let that.
Did you pick up your glove and go home then?
No, I did not. I did not. That was just it.
Okay.
I just said,
okay.
All right. Well, now I know how this works. So here we are. And so here we are. And so that, and that was like a month ago at least. And so I did a ton of work and everything for him under the current contract that we had with him.
Mm-hmm.
I had with him. And then I had a tough time getting paid. And then, basically it's a cash flow thing. So, and then they got this guy who's, I don't want to give too much up because I don't want it to be, in other words, I try to paint a profile,
mm-hmm.
but I don't want to be prejudiced or, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so
he's black.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, but, he's from New York and he's Italian. My mom is Italian. Okay. My mom's name is.
You have an Italian mom?
Is Pavia. Oh, yeah.
That's what's wrong with you.
Fronte pericoloso costante. Anyway, so
I'm impressed. Pizza.
So that, yeah. So then, and my dad owned it. He's retired now, but owned a trucking company his whole life outside of Chicago. Hello.
Do you think that was a way to get away from mom?
You're right.
I've got an 8-day out this time, darling. You never know.
So then this guy is on the phone with me, and what happened was I kept pressing him for, okay, what's going to be my schedule this month? How much do you need me so I can schedule? I run a business. I run a business. I do work. Time and advice is stock in my trade. That's all I have. Like a lawyer, a doctor, anybody else, a mechanic. My time and my advice and what I do is stock. Mr. Midnight.
Yeah. Mr. Midnight Movie. We can hear you, Mr. Flugs. Is he on the call?
Calling in from Siberia or something?
Los Angeles, California. He's right under you.
He looks like he's
Is that wine or scotch? Is this a scotch night or a wine night?
Wine night.
Oh, okay.
Scotch, I would be already.
Mr. Midnight Movie, I called you in because I'm on webcam. I wanted to say hi to you. Is he on the call?
Well, I saw him there.
He was there. Anyway, I want to hear the rest of this story. So where did it? What happened?
So today was the Come to Jesus Day.
Oh, really?
And and I had a lot of time to synthesize everything, and so it was like his message was, we are going to take all of the data, software, web stuff, everything, and it's for essentially 3 websites on a very sophisticated multi-network system and stuff like that. It's got all kinds of things, event management. It's got advertising systems.
Is it on your server? Is it on your server and everything?
It's on my server, right? So, and that's because, that's part of this too, a little bit. But then he starts issuing me orders to move it to this place over here. And I was like, okay.
I'll get right on that, Roz.
What?
I'll be right on that. I'll get right on that, Roz. Remember on
right.
Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead?
I'll get right on that. But I have a few questions for you. I had been pushing for the last couple of weeks over, okay, what are you going to need me for in January? What are my responsibilities going to be? What's our deal?
Right.
Okay, and remember now, the guy is being a total frickin'
dick
animal, a barbaric, pushy dick to what he wants done, how he wants things done, and that's cool. I mean, I'm a taxi driver. The meter's running. I'll do whatever you want me to do, and I'll report back and communicate with what I'm doing and what it takes. And you just let me know, that whole kind of thing. And then I go to work, and so I'm working on it. But then now I don't trust that the money's going to come in, now I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, what's my schedule? What am I going to do? And you see the games. You see what they try to do then at that point to try to get you to do stuff. And then screw you.
So what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? So anyway, then I sat there and then I waited. And then so basically I could tell they were waiting for me to call them. And I'm like, I'm not calling. I'm just going to sit here. And I'm going to go on to other things and do other stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So then finally today the phone call comes in. Oh, the last word I had was that he was going to take the whole website and move it somewhere else and do stuff with it.
He can't do that. You've got all the coding and stuff.
He can. No,
he can? Is it
I gave him all the access to it, and I gave him all the passwords.
Is it WordPress?
It's work product that they paid for, and after I got that check paid, that was bounced, which I got. That's a story in and of itself.
That's good that you did that.
Okay, but like I was out a large sum of money on the day before New Year's Eve. So I got to spend New Year's Eve thinking, shit, man, I just put like 2 months worth of work into something that I'm not going to get paid for. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so it was a long story short.
You still haven't been paid for this?
I got paid for that. So now I'm paid up front because it's a long story, but I had my banker. It's a weird thing. I went to the bank or to the credit union, and they have a program where essentially they turned that into a loan, like a line of credit loan. Okay. And then the asset it's called factoring. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, I know all about that.
So they turn that into an asset that becomes theirs. If they don't collect on it, then I still have to pay it off. But it's a loan, so I'm not like, FUBAR, right? And if they do collect, then I lose probably about a third of it through collections costs and everything else. But they basically take that as their asset.
I would. What
Well,
do you? I would
they
do
don't fuck
that.
around.
I would do
I mean,
that.
banks don't fuck around. Okay?
No, they don't.
And they were paid instantly. Instantly, they got paid. And then that kind of pissed off people a little bit. That you know what I mean? They thought that they could float. They thought they could push me around with it. You know what I mean?
There's a huge bug.
And to not even be nice about it, not even to be, oh my God, I'm so sorry, we fucked up, and you know what I mean, and none of that stuff. It was all about, you fucker. You know what I mean? You got the best of us after we bounced the check on you.
There's a huge bug on my wall. A huge bug. There's a huge bug on my wall. It looks like some sort of a black wasp or something. Anyway, just throwing that out there. So we don't get to be on the radio show then, out there?
Well, no. The owner is just the sweetest, most. Here was her text. Okay, here's her text.
Just tell her, say, I have a show that we want to see how the people in where does it go out in Washington or in New York?
No, it's Oregon.
Oregon.
But
well,
here's the thing. She is the nicest person in the world.
We'll do the morning Oregon report.
Something. I don't know. We could talk to her. You know what I mean? But she's the nicest person in the whole world. As a matter of fact,
tell her we don't want anybody. Happen. We just want bragging rights. Yes, we're on terrestrial radio.
They hired this guy.
Program director?
Director of operations.
That's a program director.
No, it's nothing to do with the radio station. It's to do with the 24-year-old girls publications that's running this company that they are funding.
Weird.
And their magazines. Well, I don't want to go too far into it, but the background of the guy is fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable.
He's got a nice what's it called? A curricular vital.
Oh my God, man. Don't even get me fucking started, dude. I mean, this is where it all comes to. Oh my God.
You know, if
I told you,
I found my Texas Tech La Ventana online today. They put them online, and I was in there. I was a pom-pom girl. I'm smart, too. I just didn't go on to get my master's degree. What, Jerry?
Well, you could get your PhD in about 3 weeks.
What?
You won't be accredited anywhere. But
No. Did you know
you could get your dog a PhD?
Did you know that they're fixing to make it to where psychologists in Texas can write prescriptions?
Nice.
They're trying to pass that bill right now. I see your hair is burning. So it's time to check on my chat room and see what's going on. Let's see, there's 96 messages and I haven't even opened my chat room. So what else is going on with you? How are you doing? Everything?
Well, that's it. That was the whole deal. That was what went on today. But
did you have a Merry Christmas and
the
everything?
whole story, man, it would blow your mind, and I don't want to make it. It's unbelievable.
Yes, I called you, Mr. Midnight. Mr. Midnight.
Threatening at me at the end of the conversation.
Hi, Steve Rush.
I said this conversation has come to an end.
I see. What conversation has come to an end?
My conversation with him has come to an end after he threatened me.
No, I don't kill bugs, but it's a big bug. Hi, Apocalypse, who says it still runs in your stomach after a few seconds of swallowing it whole. Ooh, Stabby. Apocalypse says if you eat a lizard, it runs around in your stomach if you swallow it whole. Ugh.
For a while.
Did you know that the human head, if you chop it off, it still thinks for 22 seconds? Isn't that weird? Jerry?
That would be one hell of a 22 seconds.
No, I mean you still process thoughts and stuff for 22 seconds. Isn't that weird? Your brain is active for 22 seconds after they chop your head off.
Yes, I can see that.
Would you like to die with getting your head chopped off?
No.
I wouldn't either. What would be your perfect way to die? In your sleep?
Make it quick and not even boom. Here, okay, my perfect way would be if an asteroid or something crashed straight down instantly right then and there, and you're just like here one moment, not know what's going on, and then gone the next.
Yes, come on the call, Mr. Midnight Movie. He said, did you call me? Yeah, we called you in on the call, that's all. Because I don't turn on my webcam very often, and I'm on webcam. I'll see if I can add you to the call again, even though you didn't. He says something about Chris Nelson. He popped on, and now he popped back off again. What are you doing, you weirdo? I just wanted to say hi on webcam, that's all. He says, rough sex. Oh, he's in our chat, but he's not on the call. What is that?
Oh, incoming.
It's on my iPhone.
Oh, you got to answer it on the main chat.
Mr. Midnight Movie, you're on the group call. All you have to do is just go and pick up the call. You just go to Skype, and you pick up. He's on the call, isn't he, Jerry?
He's on the call. I'm showing him as on the call.
Correct.
I'm showing Mr. Midnight Movie and Debbie Daly on this group call.
All he has to do is just click on join call, right? Is that what you do on Windows?
I think, yeah. It's right there.
You Windows miscreants.
He's in here.
Well, I don't show him on the call, though. Anyway, we won't worry
Mr.
about
Midnight Movie is now typing. He's typing with us.
Mr. Midnight Movie, why don't you pick up your phone or something?
You hung up on me. No, we didn't hang up on you.
Nobody hang up on you. You're on. Darden, listen to me. You're on the call. All you have to do is click dink and join call, and it automatically picks you up. Just like when you and Joe ring me in and I don't pick up automatically, and then I ring in and y'all get scared. I go hi. That's what you do.
I don't know. He's just going to have to figure his way in. We're getting some snow here right now.
Are you really?
Yeah, which is, like this is the second time this year, and it's very unusual, for us to get this.
Mr.
But I moved our car. We live on a...
Wait a minute, Jerry. Don't move. Don't move. Stay where you are. Don't move. I'm going to hang up. Don't move. Don't move, Jerry. Mr. Midnight Movie, stop calling me. Stop calling me. Stop calling me. I'm going to ring you in. I'm going to call you on. Hold on. Hey!
Oh, my God.
Can you see me on webcam? Hello? Mr. Midnight Movie.
Yes.
I have to ring Jerry into the call now, okay?
Okay.
We rang you into the call and you didn't pick up.
Well, and when I tried to call back in, it basically just hangs up on me immediately.
Oh, I just wanted to say hi because I'm on webcam and show you my aura. Look at my beautiful aura. Hi, Jerry.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm showing him there again.
You're showing what? He's there. Mr. Midnight Movie's there now.
I am here.
Hello.
Buenos nachos.
Hello.
Buenos Doritos.
There we go.
He's in Los Angeles.
You look like you're in Siberia.
Mr. Solution used to say that his hair looks like the top of a microphone, one of those covers.
Yeah. Bozo knows.
Did he say that on air, or did he say that just to you in private?
No, he said it on the air a couple times.
I never knew that, because that would mean... Okay,
Sorry.
never mind.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. So, I wanted to talk about Jim Morrison tonight. Just because I redid a poster of him today, and I started looking at the poster, and it made me really sad. He was only 27 when he died, just like the lead singer of Nirvana was 27. Who else was 27 when they died?
I don't know. How old was Mama Cass Elliot?
27.
How old was Jimi Hendrix?
27.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, drugs have cost us a lot of celebrities early on.
You're right about that.
I always thought, and I've never seen an interview of Jim Morrison, but I always thought he was kind of weird. And I liked him when I was younger, but as I've grown older, I'm certainly less of a fan of his.
Well, he was very intelligent, and it's hard for people to relate to his. I mean, I can't. I'm not that intelligent, but he studied Nietzsche, and he was way out there. He was off the charts.
John Belushi was 33.
He was 33. Who else was 27? Isn't it called the Curse of the 27 or something? There was a lot of people that died at 27. There was Kurt Cobain was 27.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How old was River Phoenix?
He was, I believe, 21.
21.
Yeah. And like I said, it was all drug-related, basically.
You can't mess around with heroin.
No.
Because it's not measured. It's not properly dosed. Isn't that right, Jerry?
I guess I don't have any experience with that, but
I don't have any. I've never even seen it, but my friends have told me, like Trisha told me, that the problem is, like, let's say, for example, you get a bottle of, let's say this is Vicodin. It's potassium, right? We know that every pill in here is, whatever strength. It's 10, whatever, okay?
right.
Then we say we get this off the streets. This is Lemire, but we're going to say this is heroin, okay? We don't know the power of this. And so we get it just like whenever, who did, da 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 da, who?
Yeah, Stabby asks, how old was James Dean?
Me and Bobby McGee. Who did Me and Bobby McGee? What was her name?
That was Janis Joplin.
She was 27. She goes to L.A. and she buys some heroin from her old heroin dealer, and it was really powerful, and she didn't know that. Most heroin people overdose because they don't know how to measure it right. They don't know the strength of it, so they could be taking 20 of those pills, and it stops their hearts from beating. Is anybody there?
When I used to hit the heavy bag at my gym, there was another. He was kind of an old. I guess you would consider him like an OG, an old gangster, and he used to be a major heroin dealer. And he said, that stuff, and it's very addictive, by the way. And the withdrawals, when you withdraw from heroin, you need to go to detox when you do so, because your body basically goes into fits.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I was hooked on opiates. Bad. And I got off of it myself. I beat it myself. And my in-laws said, get off of it. I was like, yes, ma'am. But that's the same thing, really. Opiates, heroin's, it's just an opioid receptor. I look like I've got on a ski jacket.
Well, the injectable heroin that you put in your veins, it goes right to your pleasure centers. And from what I understand, and if I'm wrong, but the type of heroin that you shoot up and the way it's concocted is extraordinarily addicting.
It's not measured. Well, anything's addicting that's an opioid, because an opioid goes to the pleasure part of your brain, which releases dopamine, and dopamine causes feelings of elation and happiness. It's dopamine. That's why they call it dope. And whenever you get your opioid receptors are used to getting this huge flush of boom, 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 and then you stop it, nothing is fun, and so you crash mentally, you crash emotionally, and you damn sure crash physically.
Now, doctors used to subscribe when people were going through like really bad grief. They used to subscribe Quaaludes. My grandmother, after she lost her son, I was subscribed that, and it basically I think it cost her life, but and it was actually subscribed to people for I guess sometimes forms of post-traumatic stress. Not heroin,
well,
but like and now what is it, that drug is now illegal?
But some of that, some of that stuff works as somewhat of a medical frontal lobotomy, a medicinal frontal lobotomy. It literally just makes you to where you're just like comatose. You're not thinking about the death of your son, or that's what happened to my mom. My mom was zombified. I don't know what she was on. She was on some serious stuff. Back then, I didn't have any idea what it was.
Yeah. And to a degree, doctors knew this, but sometimes just because sometimes feeling nothing, when you're feeling that kind of pain, sometimes feeling nothing is better than feeling.
Well, Jim Morrison's biggest demon was alcohol. When he was only 8 years old, his family was crossing from Albuquerque to Tahoe, New Mexico, and they came upon this horrible, horrible wreck. And I even looked it up, and that wreck is talked about online. It was a wreck that had all of these Indians in it, and they were standing up in this truck. They were workers, and it flipped completely over, and all of these dead Indians were all over the road. And he got out of the car with his father, who was a United States Naval admiral of the such and such fleet that went in, and it was the start of the Vietnam War. His father was involved in, and his father took him out there to see this thing, and it really messed up his mind. And he said later in life that he felt that one of those Indians' soul had gone into his body, because after that day, he said he completely changed.
I remember them talking. There were scenes of that in the movie Jim Morrison.
Really?
The Oliver Stone film. Yeah. You know who plays Jim Morrison? Well,
Val Kilmer. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the movie, by the way?
I have not seen the movie.
Yeah. Not my favorite.
I have read the book Break On Through to the Other Side. I've got that book here, and done some research online about it and stuff. But his career was so short, and he hated stardom. He reminds me of the kind of guy that Stabby McHuggs is, a real keep to yourself, private kind of a guy. And he hated going out and going, "Oh, Jim Morrison." He hated that. He despised it. And he wanted to get away from it. Well, the reason they said so many people, there's so much I could talk about. I know so much about his situation. And I do, however, maintain that he was a genius. He went on to get a master's degree at the University of California, which a lot of people say it was just so he didn't have to go to the Vietnam War, but still, he did study a lot. And he was horribly good looking. And the Doors members were very jealous that he was the front man that was getting all the shine and stuff like that. It's just a very interesting case. And he had just been convicted of a 6-month lockup sentence in Miami, Florida, that he was going to have to serve, and he was horrified about going to prison. So he ran away on an appeal, but he got an appeal bond. He ran away to Paris to be with his girlfriend Pam, that he had an on and off relationship with for years and years and years. She was a heroin addict. She was a junkie. And he hadn't done it, and they had really kept him off of this stuff for a long time. And a lot of times it's a female that will take you down. I believe Courtney Love took down Kurt Cobain with heroin. You know what I'm saying?
I could believe that. People introduce you to things, and sometimes you just want to try it. But it's kind of like it's kind of like a dance with the devil. It's kind of like the forbidden fruit. I mean, because it makes you feel good.
And why is that, Jerry? Is it because certain people, it takes away every pain? Right now, if you move your body all these different ways, we've got all these little body aches, right? Okay, and you've got aches in your mind from people that have screwed you around throughout your life or whatever. And the minute you take this, they say that it is just like elation. I've never done it. Annette's done it. Excuse me?
What are you talking about?
Heroin, opiates.
Oh, jeez. Well.
Have you ever had an opiate?
No. Well, maybe a painkiller. I remember I had the PVA pump when I was in the hospital having kidney surgery.
Oh, so you've never had the opportunity just to...
But I know what it was like. It was like my hand was melting when I would, like...
Oh, then you had the opposite effect, because some people had that effect. My brother-in-law, Robert, he's a doctor. He can't take them. Why? Some people, they just affect different. Now, with me, it is like nirvana.
Yeah, for me, it just like all of your pains go away, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
Including everything, like even your psychological pain.
I remember the first time I took one.
You just don't fucking care anymore.
I remember, everything just feels so... Have you ever taken one, Brian?
I've taken a Vicodin.
And?
It took away my tooth pain, but I guess it was kind of euphoric. But yeah, I didn't, and luckily I didn't have any serious thing where I needed to take large doses. I kind of try to, I'll take that, and then I'll start taking aspirin, and hopefully, I make sure that I try not to need something like that where, I get hooked.
Well, at the end of my addiction, I knew I had a problem when the very last day I had gone to the doctor on Friday, and they had said, okay, we're going to call the pharmacy. They never did give you a physical prescription. I was just doing what they called Norcos, which were 10 milligram Vicodins, and or hydrocodones, whatever you want to call it. And I went home, and after the doctor's office had closed, the pharmacy said, oh, we can't fill this prescription. And I had a complete breakdown, practically a panic attack, because I thought, here I am, I'm screwed. I have no pills or anything for the whole weekend. And I was in a really bad way, and I thought, what am I going to do? So I just went and laid in my room real quiet, and it was getting bad. It got to where the only thing I can say is that I felt like I needed to stretch constantly. I kept wanting to go and stretch, and then I was getting, it was like a real panic situation. And the last thing I remember was I was sitting on the stairs. There, we had stairs that went up, and then there was a landing, and then there was another one that went up after that. And I was on the top level of the stairs with my legs hanging through the pickets, whatever you call it, on the stairs. Are you okay, Jerry?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Am I talking too much?
No, I'm listening.
And then Victor, I'm sorry. I called Victor, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs. He came home not too long after that. It was about 10 o'clock at night, and Heather was with me, and I was just being really still and thinking, oh, my God. Well, then about midnight, Victor gets in the car and leaves. I hear him leaving because I'm laying in bed. And he went downtown and met with some people and came back with a bottle that he had bought off the street of 100 pills. And I thought, this is ridiculous, because he had spent almost $600 on those pills. I mean, it was like they were $6 each or $5 each. He spent like $500. I was like, Jesus Christ. So I called a rehab center Monday morning, and they said, how many do you take a day? And I said, 6 or 8. And they went, 6 or 8? I was like, yeah, why? And they said, sweetie, we have people in here that are doing 24 to 30 a day. And I was like, what? So they wouldn't take me. None of them would take me, even on an outpatient basis. So I went and I got a drug called Suboxone, and I got off of it in like 3 months.
I've never heard of what that is.
It's amazing.
I'll tell you, some of my diabetes drugs is just as expensive as some of that street level. I don't know what you call it, code or the opiates that you were.
Vicodin and hydrocodone. I was on a low dose, but Jerry, I'm so glad to talk to you. But you look like you're falling asleep or getting bored or something.
So I'm getting tired. I don't know why.
You were fine earlier.
I know. I'm down.
You seem depressed.
Oh, I'm not depressed. No, I'm tired and melancholy, I guess, is the best explanation. I'm not depressed. I feel fine.
Okay,
good.
I
feel in good space, It's just probably started drinking wine. I started drinking wine at about 4:30.
Wine makes me tired too.
After that crap that went on today, so.
Yeah, that was kind of crappy, but it sounds like you've got it worked out.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm just kind of waiting now, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's like there's jackasses out there. There's a lot of jackasses out there.
You should show Brian your Victrola. That is the coolest thing in the world. He made a Victrola, Brian. Mr. Midnight Movie. He made a Victrola. Like our CA Victor, where the little dog is looking into the listening.
Yeah.
He made one about 2 years ago. Right behind him, it looks like a Emmy Award.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I remember. Well, I think my aunt had one. My great aunt had a Victrola.
Really cool. The needle is bamboo, and you have a little cutter that you cut the needle at like a 45-degree angle to keep it sharp. And it literally goes through one record, and you've got to cut that needle again to make it sharp again, or it gets quieter and quieter. It's really cool, And then it's just all purely a vibration on a diaphragm through a horn.
Does it ever play that song that goes, Winchester Cathedral, no, you're bringing me down?
The record that I like to put on there and play it is, and they call it a paper moon.
Oh, wow.
Here, let's play that.
I'll play it. Y'all know that Winchester Cathedral.
Let me find it for you.
Did you know that those old songs? Let me check on the chat room first. Dopamine. You other fuckers pay your taxes. Serotonin and dopamine. Jobs are overrated. You're right, Joe. I had a friend who did the poppy seed high trick. He said it was a lot of work for a low-grade opiate high. Well, I've not seen the movie. He's being nice tonight, isn't he? Winchester Cathedral. Do-do-do-do-do. You know what they used to do about with those old songs? They would play the song all the way through, and then at the very end, they'd sing it. Have you ever noticed that with those old recordings?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I wonder why when I go on webcam, people stop talking to me.
I just don't want to interrupt or talk over anybody, but I am listening.
I heard that.
What? Who was that? I'm not playing that. Who's playing that? Jerry?
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Let me play it. I can do it better.
Yeah, I'm going to send it to you right now. I'm trying to stop.
No, I've got it. What is the name of it again?
Just come through the
Paper Moon. I've got it. I can do it. Paper. Turn it off, Angel.
I did.
No, it's still playing.
I turned it off.
It's still playing.
There. Sorry.
It's okay. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Is it by a Soul
Weird
Eater?
that it played through.
Is it by Soul Eater? Or Ella Fitzgerald and the Delta Rhythm Boys? Or
Well, there's a lot of people that did it, but I think this is one of the originals.
okay, I'll come get it. Hold on, here I come. I just wasn't at Skype.
Imagine this playing on a Victrola with no electricity, just a wind up,
Here we go with Paper Moon on a Victrola. Wind up. Now, wait a minute. Before this plays, I bet you he's going to play the entire song and then he'll sing it. That's what they used to do a long time ago.
Without your love, it's a
yes. Wait a minute. Let me fix the sounds of Paper Moon here.
I know. Isn't that awesome to just
Coming
listen
live
to
to you out of Quebec, Canada. Radio 594. 594. We'll be with you till 2 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Remember how they used to be on radio? They were horrible. They'd be like, hello and thank you for listening. The weather today is snow, more snow, and a paper moon. Now, what was the song I was going to play, Jared? Let me fix my audio. Hold on. Da, 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 da.
I'm back. Now, what was the song I was singing? It was, I always forget it.
Mr. Midnight Movie put in The Seekers.
Well, my turn. Winchester Cathedral. Winchester
Yes.
Cathedral. Do what? Yes? Hello?
Yeah,
Who's there?
me.
Who?
And me. Hello.
Hi. Who's there now? I'm fucking with you guys.
B.I.B.
Here we go with Winchester Cathedral, all right, from 1945 with the new vaudeville band, Fontana.
Winchester Cathedral, you're bringing me down. You stood and you watched as my baby left town. You didn't do nothing, but you could have tried. I don't know the words. You didn't do nothing. You let her walk by. Now everyone knows just how much I needed that girl. I'm going to turn on my webcam so y'all can see what I'm doing. Far away, if only you'd started ringing your bell. Winchester, oh, sorry. Here I am, bringing me down. Look what I'm singing through. You stood and you watched as my baby left town. It's a toilet paper thing. Didn't do something. No? Y'all never laugh? Okay. You didn't do nothing. You let her walk by. Now everyone knows just how much I needed that gal. Now it wouldn't have gone far away if only you'd started ringing your bell. Winchester Cathedral, you're bringing me down. You stood and you watched as my baby left town. Now we dance. Jerry. My baby left town. Odeo-do, a bodeo-do, a bodeo-do, be-do-bop. Boink. Jerry and I froze. Now, Mr. Fluvius, you wanted to hear this one?
Sure
Is
enough.
that raw lamb chop?
Have you heard it before?
I don't even see what it says, dear. Maybe I'll hold the microphone up like this when I talk to you. Look how big the microphone is, though. Mr. Midnight Movie, here comes your song now. By the Seekers. By the Seekers. And it is I'll Never Find Another You. Ooh, good one, Mr. Midnight Movie. And I know I'll never find another. Oh, this is great. Let's do this.
I'm going to go make an espresso.
You ready?
Okay.
Right, let's make
Then
this
I can
the
stay
one.
awake.
Someday, if you will hold
believe he's slapping that bills. He's slapping the bills.
Stay by my side when I walk through the storm. You'll be my guide, be my guide. If they gave me a fortune, my pleasure would be small. I could lose it all tomorrow and never mind at all. But if I should lose your love, dear, I don't know what I'd do, for I know I'll never find another you. But if I should lose your love, dear, I don't know what I'll do, for I know I'll never find another you, another you, another you.
The Seekers on K104.5 here out of Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. The current time is 11:32 Central Standard Time. I'm Debbie here with Mr. Midnight Movie and Jerry. We're now going to move to a favorite song of mine off the request line. Go ahead, caller. Caller, you're on the air.
Yes, would you do me a favor, please?
Yes, well, what can we do for you, caller?
Would you play the Bee Gees? I started a joke in Massachusetts, the one he did live that Debbie likes.
Never mind, this is me, Debbie. I heard this the other day, guys. I want to tell y'all something. This is a live version of my two favorite songs that Robin did. No, it was not Robin, but not Robin Gibb, Barry Gibb, but why am I drawing a blank?
The Bee Gees.
Right. It's Robin, Barry, and Maurice. This is Maurice. Yeah. And I have never before heard anybody do this live and he stays absolutely in perfect pitch. I mean, it is amazing. I even tweeted this. Check this out. You would think that this is his studio version or that he's doing this in a studio. Wait till you hear him do this. Take a listen. And I'm sharing my screen with you guys.
I started a joke which started the whole world crying, but I didn't see. Oh no, that the joke was on me. Oh no, I started to cry, which started the whole world laughing. Oh, if I only sing. Oh no,
Listen to him. That the joke was on me. Now listen right here.
Running my hand over my eyes, and I fell out of bed, hurting my head from things that I said.
Listen right here.
I finally learned which started the whole world living. Oh, if I only see. Oh no, that the joke was on me.
Listen right here. Listen.
Running my hands over my eyes, and I fell out of bed, hurting my head from things that I said. Till I finally died, which started the whole world living. Oh, if I'd only see. Oh no, that the joke was on me. Oh no, that the joke was on me.
Listen right Here, listen. In his ring, there's a drop of his little brother's blood on his brother's hair. Isn't that weird? I think it's kind of sweet. Yes.
Yeah, I think there's only one left of the Bee Gees. I think the rest have passed away.
Both of the twins did die, and I think that just proves that cancer is genetic of sort, in a way.
That may be true. And you know what? They're both fraternal twins like my brother and I.
I know. They didn't look a thing alike, but they were so talented. This guy right here, Maurice, he was the brains of the operation. He wrote everything. And then he goes into the other song that I like, and watch what he does. See, he's working off of they call it a cup. He's got the cup up to his ears, which means just like me right now, I can hear everything I say, and it keeps him on key, but he hears the music out of the right ear. He's a left-handed guy. And so he takes it off, and then all of a sudden they go into Massachusetts, and he doesn't realize they're doing it that quick, and he runs back over to the mic. It's kind of funny. And he nails Massachusetts. These are my two favorite songs that Maurice does. See what she's going to hang it up. It's still in his hand. That was a brilliant. And he does, see, the thing about it is Maurice doesn't always nail that. Maurice gets the words wrong. He sings out of just not quite. I mean, that's the most brilliant. That was done in 1989, by the way. And that is the most brilliant job he's ever done of that song. But wait till you see, he's going to nail Massachusetts, too. He's really on it. He's getting a standing ovation for that because people know that that's very hard for him to do. And it's just like amazing. He hangs it up. Now watch him go into Massachusetts. Goes, oh, fuck. Look at him.
I'm going back to Massachusetts. Something's telling me I must go home.
I've always wanted to back up is Don Henley. It's my dream to back up Don Henley. He's got great backup singers. All right, what do we have on deck here?
I think Honey.
You're going to make me go through Honey? It's the news guy. Wait, I got to screenshot that. Be still. 1, 2, 3. It's the news guy, everybody. I'll show you in just a second. You really want to do Honey? You're not going to get depressed, even though it reminds me of Sky. All right, here we go. I'll brave it. Look at all my things that are open. Look at all of this. Winchester. Wait.
See the tree, how big it's
I'm gonna
grown.
kill you, Jerry.
Friend, it hasn't been too long. It wasn't big.
I was in a good mood.
I laughed at her and she got mad. The first day that she planted it was just a twig.
Wait a minute. I'm going to dedicate this to Stabby. Stabby, listen to this song, and I hope it rips your heart out. If I die tomorrow, this is going to haunt you every day, this song.
Then the first snow came and she ran out to brush the snow away so it wouldn't die. Came running in all excited, slipped and almost hurt herself, and I laughed till I cried. She was always young at heart, kinda dumb and kinda smart, and I loved her so. And I surprised her with a puppy, kept me up all Christmas Eve 2 years ago. And it would sure embarrass her when I came in from working late, 'cause I would know that she'd been sitting there and crying over some sad and silly late show. And honey, I miss you, and I'm being good, and I'd love to be with you if only I could. She wrecked the car and she was sad and so afraid that I'd be mad, but what the heck? Though I pretended hard to be, guess you could say she saw through me and hugged my neck. I came home unexpectedly and caught her crying needlessly in the middle of the day. And it was in the early spring when flowers bloom and robins sing, she went away. And honey, I miss you, and I'm being good, and I'd love to be with you if only I could. One day while I was not at home, while she was there and all alone, the angels came. Now all I have are memories of honey, and I wake up nights and call her name. Now my life's an empty stage where honey lived and honey played, and love grew up. And a small cloud passes overhead and cries down the flower bed that honey loved. And see the tree, how big it's grown. My friend, it hasn't been too long. It wasn't big. And I laughed at her and she got mad. The first day that she planted it was just a twig.
Bob Goldsboro, ladies and gentlemen.
Was he Jewish?
He looked like he was half black.
Goldsboro. I don't know. I really don't know.
Was he half black, Debbie?
He looks half black to me.
I thought he was Latino.
I think there's a master in the woodpile somewhere. I can't believe I just said that.
Yes.
You know how we are.
What about next up on what? Okay, Mr. Midnight Movie, it's your turn. Or let's go to the chat room. Does anybody want to hear a special song tonight in the Break the Copyright show with Debbie Daly?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
We got to break this bitch.
Yeah.
He said he ate a lot of turkey deli meat. He thinks he's going to pass out on the shitter soon. Interesting.
Let's wrap our legs around it like a spider monkey, Debbie.
Mm-hmm.
Around what?
The copyrights.
Yes.
Well, there's a document that I'm supposed to sign that is. They want me to sign a document stating that I agree to not play any copyrighted music. Oh, read from the bottom. All right. God, he's grouchy.
Is the Bible copyrighted?
No, that's, well, whatever.
Well, then let's just read from the Bible all night.
I want to show something to Joe Seeker first. It's called... Ouch! Where did you get that puppet? I love that puppet.
Did you watch any of the confirmation hearings today?
I didn't want to. Did everybody get confirmed?
Well, I would assume Jeff Sessions did, but my God, he did so phenomenal. He was so awesome, man. He sounded so libertarian, too. He was so constitutional. He answered every question just absolutely perfectly from a legal standpoint in terms of, well, this isn't my job, man. My job is to, it doesn't matter what my opinion is. My job is to, enforce the law and uphold the rule of law. And then they hit him with questions, and he just oh my God, are we so lucky to have him? That guy is so flippin' awesome.
I didn't say you were grouchy. Joe, look at that picture. Today they were talking about cologne, and Joe said he wore it. Joe said that he wore English leather.
I was rooting for Trey Gowdy to be Attorney General.
Totally.
Who's making all that goddamn noise?
Oh, stop it, dog.
Your dog is?
Want me to smack her?
No! Don't you dare. We have another request from the chat room over here, the private chat room. I think Stabby hates me.
He's a man of the people.
That's what he says. Stabby played the best music tonight. I was so...
Well, tell him to program. Tell him to get us a song. Come on. I'm waiting for the next song. Yeah, otherwise, I'm going to have to go out and pick something.
Where is Steve Rush tonight? Why is he putting all these emojis in the chat room? I want to get an emoji. I like my emojis better. Steve, you should call in and say hi to Jerry and me and Mr. Midnight Movie or whatever.
Yeah. Is that your son?
No, it's Steve Rush. You haven't he's back. Did you know that?
No.
Yepers, he is back.
Oh, Debbie, did you know that there was a movie called Paper Moon?
I've never seen it, but I know I've heard about it.
It's an awesome movie. It's a really...
It is a great film.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Tatum O'Neal, her dad, Ryan O'Neal, and literally Tatum O'Neal was only I don't know how old she was, in her early teens, and she took over that movie. She was that movie.
And she actually won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah, she was phenomenal. Just absolutely phenomenal movie. It was just awesome. And it really puts you into that time frame and just the way they did the movie, and it was just so cool. It was just such a cool movie.
Loved it.
Love that movie.
That's a gunslinger. I spelled it wrong. What are you begging me for?
Enjoy the silence or personal Jesus.
Now, this is a song, by the way, that I would love to have.
Wait a minute. I see Sonny on the sunrise. Sonny, would you like to join our call, or did you just want to say
this one would be a good one for Debbie?
The Paper Moon is a good movie. What? Y'all are really pushing me around tonight. No, it's my turn. 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 My turn. My turn. No, it's your turn. No. Wait a minute. You did Paper Moon. I did Winchester Cathedral.
Mr. And what did I say? You were calling for someone to pick a song, and I said if no one else picks a song, I'm going to pick one.
But you haven't. But I didn't come back over here quick enough. Now I'm back at Skype. So my song that I'm going to pick is. I don't know, but I'm going to pick one. No, I'm going to pick one. Hold on. Give me a song, Stabby. Hurry.
Queue up then.
What?
I'm queuing up.
No, don't. Yours sounds like shit. Don't you dare do that.
Well, I queued up. I can queue up.
No, it sounds better when I play it.
Pick them later or not pick them. It's okay.
Okay, I'm going to play.
I thought if Jewish producer wasn't here, I get to pick everything. I thought I'm in charge. He's not.
Here we go.
No, I can't forget this evening or your face as you were leaving, but I guess that's just the way the story goes. You always smile, but in your eyes your sorrow shows. Yes, it shows. I can't forget tomorrow when I think of all my sorrow. When I had you there, but then I let you go. And now it's only fair that I should let you know what you should know.
Down an octave, I can't live if living is without you. I can't live. Now we're going to go up 2 octaves.
I can't give anymore.
I can't
Living is without you. I can't give anymore. Well, I can't forget this evening or your face as you were leaving, but I guess that's just the way the story goes.
Apocalypse, I have to show you something. Don't leave.
You always smile, but in your eyes your sorrow shows. Yes, it shows.
I can't hit this note, that's for damn sure.
Beautiful song.
It almost makes you wonder how many couples that have broken up somebody off themselves while listening to that in the background. Kind of like, why did the world go on turning? You know that song?
Yeah. I didn't know he died that young.
Oh, I didn't know he died. Did he die? I wasn't looking.
Oh,
He died in 1994, Debbie.
oh.
How old was he, Mr. Midnight Flooves?
He was 94. He was 40. I think he was 43 or 42.
Everybody's dying so young. That's stupid. Y'all stop doing that. It's stupid.
Only the good die young.
Well, you know, whatever. But I don't know. I'm not.
That's why we're still here.
Did you get my message in the chat board, Debbie?
No, what is it, Presh? Sis.
I said that. I said this song should be sung by Deshaun.
Deshaun Porter.
Yes, amazing.
All right, already. I'm coming. Look at all these great songs. I'm just going to let just float in the wind. This is called El Breako, the copyright-o, because after tonight I won't be playing any. If I sign that document, I'm going to let.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to let my lawyer look at it. Where am I going? Skype or Spreaker?
Go to Skype, Debbie. Play my song by Suicidal Tendencies. Deshaun should sing this song too.
Mr. Midnight Movie's mom's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Depeche Mode. Oh.
Whatever you want to play, Debbie. I had Suicidal Tendencies. Jerry had.
All right. It's
Depeche
coming.
Mode.
Policy of Truth.
All right. The Policy of Truth.
This is the song of my life.
Here we go.
doesn't work out the way I want it to, and I get real frustrated. And like, I try hard to do it, and I take my time, but it just doesn't work out the way I want it to. It's like I concentrate on real hard, but it just doesn't work out. And everything I do and everything I try, it never turns out. It's like I need time to figure these things out. There's always someone there going, hey Mike, we've been noticing you've been having a lot of problems lately, you should maybe get away, and like, maybe you should talk about it, you'll feel a lot better. And I go, no, it's okay, I'll figure it out. Just leave me alone, I'll figure it out, I'm just working on myself. They go, well, if you want to talk about it, I'll be here, and you'll probably feel a lot better if you talk about it. So why don't you talk about it? I go, no, I don't want to, I'm okay. I'll figure it out myself. But they just keep bugging me. They just keep bugging me. It feels on the side. It's got me, it's two sides, so I'm afraid with one side. You won't have anything, I'm afraid like 50 feet away. I'm not drinking, here's the design. You're the one who's drinking, here's the design. You're tired of being drinking, here's the design. They take me in and introduce you, said, well, the only solution to get me in from that job to take me from the enemy myself. I was in my room, and I was just like staring at the wall, thinking about everything. Sitting down, I was thinking about nothing. And then my mom came in, and I didn't even know she was there. She called my name, and I didn't hear her, and then she started screaming, Mike, Mike! And I go, what? What's the matter? She goes, what's the matter with you? I go, there's nothing wrong, Mom. She goes, don't tell me that. You're on drugs. I go, no, Mom, I'm not on drugs. I'm okay. I'm just thinking, Why don't you give me a Pepsi? She goes, no, you're on drugs. I go, Mom, I'm okay. I'm just thinking. She goes, no, you're not thinking, you're on drugs. Normal people don't act that way. I go, Mom, just give me a Pepsi, please. All I want is a Pepsi. And she wouldn't give it to me. All I wanted was a Pepsi. Just one Pepsi. And she wouldn't give it to me. Just a Pepsi. Give me my shirt with my sleeves. Got me back to me, please. Got me up, just lay me into the good hell, great. I'm not drinking. Here's the design. You're the one that's drinking. Here's the design. You're tired of being drinking. Here's the design. They stick me in this truth. They want the only solution to get in from that love. They take me from the enemy myself. I was sitting in my room. My mom and my dad came in. They pulled up the chair and they sat down. They go, Mike, we need to talk to you. I go, okay, what's the matter? They go, me and your mom, we've noticed lately you've been having a lot of problems. And you've been going off for no reason. And we're afraid you're going to hurt somebody. And we're afraid you're going to hurt yourself. So we decided that it would be in your best interest if we put you somewhere where you can get the help that you need. And I go, wait, what are you talking about? We decided my best interest? How do you know what my best interest is? How can you say what my best interest is? What are you trying to say? I'm crazy? When I went to your schools, I went to your churches, I went to your institutional learning facilities. So how can you say I'm crazy? Say no to think for crazy. There's something that my name is like I'm in
Mr. Midnight Movie, this song is making me have a panic attack.
Really? Have you heard it before, Debbie?
No, it's making me... Look at Jerry. Look at Jerry. He's got his flight suit on. Look at him. Jerry. That song really made me mad, so I want to sing something that goes, I'm so happy, happy-go-lucky me. I just go my way, living every day. I have got the lot, I don't take a lot. Coffee's only a dime. Laughing in the moonlight, loving in the sunlight, having a wonderful time. Oh, no, I gotta learn how to play this thing, Yeah.
Yes.
So next up for bat, we go to the chat room to see what the chat... Is anybody in the chat room? Oh, is anybody in the chat room? It all sounds the same to me, even if I just do the whole chords down.
Stabby's in the chat room. And he says you should get some lessons. That's what Stabby said, not me.
He really said that?
Yes, he did.
You like my ukulele? Can you see it?
Yep.
Can you see me? Me and Jerry were dancing. What was that thing? Was that like a bomb or something?
What? This? Oh, no. You know what? Okay, I got a rocket thing launcher, and I was going to do it for Christmas for the grandkids. It's like really wet outside, so I couldn't get it to ignite, and the whole thing caught fire. It caught on fire before I launched it.
You know what I bought Jet for New Year's Eve, and I still have them out in my garage. We burst a lot of them. Is fireworks, but none of them you have to light. They all just automatically pop. I should go get some and show them to you, but y'all would see my ass if I stood up.
Now, let me ask this, Debbie.
Yes.
So the thing you're going to sign is saying you can't play copyrighted music,
That's
right?
correct. That's correct.
Okay.
What do you get for it?
Money. They're going to They're going to get me sponsors. I don't know. I think are they doing this to all shows on Spreaker.com?
You know, I'm not that sure, but in my opinion, just my personal opinion, I would do it only because the fact of the matter is, for me, anytime I go on Spreaker, if they're playing music, unless it's like original music that's not that well known,
right?
I usually won't listen just because. You know, I can play music that I want to listen to on YouTube or on iTunes anytime I want. So to me, and the radio does the same thing. So, you know, for me, why would I copy or just, you know, like, I don't know, you know, it's kind of like, you know, to me, when people do music shows, unless they're doing music shows that, like, you're talking about Jim Morrison and stuff, and then playing some of his music, with new hidden stuff in there. For the most part, it's like listening to someone's records when you have those records yourself. That's just my personal opinion. I could be absolutely wrong.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's right. You're right. Because if I have a song I'd like to dedicate to somebody in the chat room right now that shall remain nameless, and you said I could be wrong or I could be right, and I want to dedicate to him. On the Copy Wrong show. Get it? Copyright. Here we go. I'm kind of close to the mic.
Get some wine.
Do what? All right, here we go. I should get some wine. I have lots of wine. I have all kinds of stuff. Here we go. What is this?
What's the hardest liquor you've ever drinking straight up, Debbie?
Oh, are you kidding me? Baby, I've had some wild nights.
Do you think you could drink me under the table?
I might. I mean, it just depends on what. I mean, I was shooting whiskey the other night with Philip, and I was doing pretty good. I was holding my own, and we were playing beer pong. Have you ever played beer pong?
No, and that whiskey, like straight up, that is so nasty. You know, I've never liked it. Do you actually even like the taste?
I like the taste of Crown Royal. I really do. I can drink Crown Royal over ice. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. This goes out to you, and you know who you are.
I don't wanna be right. If being right means being without you, I'd rather live a wrong-doing life. Your mama and daddy said it's a shame, it's a downright disgrace. But long as I got you by my side, I don't care what your people say. Your friends tell you it's no future in love in a married man.
Got a lot of noise, boys. Who's making all the noise?
I'm not making any noise.
Oh, okay.
I'm just listening.
I'm on
You know,
mute.
who did the version that I liked of this? It's not this one. It's not Percy Sledge. Who did the famous one back in, it was the 80s, the 70s, the 60s?
It was the 70s, and he did it for Watts Fest. God, now I can't even think of the name myself. Thank you, Debbie. No, I said this isn't, God, now I can't even remember his name. Luther Van, I think it was.
Luther Ingram. Luther Ingram.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, it says it on the screen. Oh, yeah. You're listening to K104.5 out of Dallas, Texas. It is 5 after the hour, and this is Luther Ingram. This goes out to somebody out there from somebody here. And don't forget to watch those Cowboys in the playoff games. Thank you, Jerry. And Mr. Midnight Movie. Love you both.
If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. If being right means being without you, I'd rather live a wrongdoing life. Your mama and daddy say it's a shame, it's a downright disgrace. But long as I got you by my side, I don't care what your people say. Your friends tell you it's no future in loving a married man. If I can't see you when I want, I'll see you when I can. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Am I wrong to fall so deeply in love with you, knowing I got a wife and 2 little children depending on me too? And am I wrong to hunger for the gentleness of your touch, knowing I got someone else at home who needs me just as much? And are you wrong to give your love to a married man? And am I wrong for trying to hold on to the best thing I ever had? If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Are you wrong to give your love to a married man? And am I wrong for trying to hold on to the best thing I ever had? If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right if it means being without you. I don't want to be right if it means sleeping at night. I don't want to be right if loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right.
He's dead too? Jesus Christ, is anybody alive out there except for us in the world?
Yeah, well,
Luther Ingram's dead too?
yes, he is.
Drag. I'm so depressed. I'm jaded.
We're getting old.
All right, man. Seeing people die left and right. And it sucks if you don't believe in an afterlife, like me.
Well, just because you don't believe something doesn't mean it's not true.
A lot of people died this year.
They sure did.
Yeah, we talked about that. It was really rad. A lot of people, they had, this is a good one by the Shy Lights. Yeah, you want me to show you the document they're wanting me to sign? It's a pretty long document.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, fuck it. All right.
I'll tell you something, Debbie. I mean, if it means making the chance of making somewhat of a profit.
They think I can, I guess. I don't know. I got the email from them.
And, are you a gambler or are you a businesswoman?
Well, I have a business on the side that I'm already doing. I've got steady income.
And it's like if you're not, it could just be an extortion racket too,
No, it's not going to cost me a freaking dime.
All right.
It is called, when I was running my ad campaign last month, my numbers did something. I don't know why. They just sent me an email that said, take a look at this stuff. And it says, I could show you what it says if you want me to. It says like they're going to, sort of like what Blog Talk Radio did, like an ad. I can't think of the word, Jerry. It's ad profit sharing or something?
Profit sharing. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
And you don't sound like you care either.
Well, I do care. It's just that I'm like so jaded today with business. It's like I keep running into jackasses in this business world. And I and to the point where, I suffer suffrages as suffrages can be suffered, but at a certain point you just have to say, you know what, fuck you, go away. I'm out.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm so tired of it all. I'm just so tired of because there's so many people around that don't actually produce or do anything for a living, except for, there's this confusion now that business means, how can I fuck you over? Then that makes me a good businessman.
Yeah.
Because they don't really know, they don't really have a skill, and they don't really know what they're doing, and they don't even know how to negotiate a decent deal. So they use threats, and they use force, and they use crap to try to get what they want. I'm so sick of it all.
We've become really too much of a litigious society, and it should be a lot harder to file lawsuits.
Well, for me, go ahead, roll your dice and take your chances, because I win. It's like, but it's just like so stupid. They just can't get anything done because there's so many people in the way that don't do anything for a living except, try to get something for nothing,
Well, the world is feeling pretty desperate right now out there because a lot of people are thinking that this could be, with the nuclear war hanging over our head, we're back to the Cold War, the Bay of Pigs crap, whatever, and people are thinking, I better grab as much as I can before I'm out of this deal or whatever.
That's what it feels like out there. It really does feel like that, Deb. You just really put the nail on it, because that's what it kind of is in a weird way.
Yeah, I even noticed
for me, I'm very positive. I've got a very positive outlook.
Oh, you've never met anybody as positive as me. I am always bouncing off the walls.
You're looking great tonight, though. Just like
I'm laid back as a person goes, but I'm always, I see the glass not half full, I see it full.
It's about me. For me, it's the policy of truth.
Well, unfortunately, there's a lot of, the devil's right outside your doors. The wolf is right outside your door waiting to
It is, but you just got to keep sticking to the policy of truth. And I'm telling you, there's a guardian over you when you do. When I was in the military, and you run across a lot of very sketchy situations. And I remember asking a 3-star general once, well, what do you do in this particular case? And he says, well, you
drop back 15 and punt.
No, when you're right, you stand on top of the highest mountain and you scream it up to the top of your lungs. But he said, but you goddamn better well be right.
Yeah, exactly. You better do your homework and yeah, that's right. I'm learning that from Stabby. I know I keep talking about Stabby, but I'm going through some sort of a transition, and I think that that's the purpose that this mullet has been around me all this time. I think he's the one that's going to transition me into this different person on how to deal with the radio, because, the internet radio, whatever. Because
is he a good troll now or a bad troll?
Well, are you a good witch or a bad witch? Mm-hmm. I'm not a witch at all. Witches are old and ugly. What is that?
I'll get you, my pretty.
That's the Munchkins.
Your little dog Toto, too.
That's the Munchkins who live in Munchkinland. They're laughing because I am a witch. I'm Glinda, the Witch of the North. Oh, and there you are. There's the house, and there you are. And
don't mind the man behind the curtain.
You're jumping ahead. Anyway, because I don't know. I just feel like I've been on YouTube. I have my account on YouTube right now. No, it's not the one that we saw earlier. It's a hidden account, but I'm doing really good on it. And I'm talking to people about different things. And like today I talked about how to deal with negative people. And I only do a 30-minute show on there, but I'm getting a lot of response. I have over 700 followers, or subscribers is what they call it. And I got sick over New Year's Eve because I was outside flying a drone in 30-degree weather. And
because the next morning.
Do what?
Did you get your flu shot, Debbie?
No, I'm not getting another one of those things. Okay. No, I'm not doing it. Those are murder. Anyway, and what was I going to say? Where was I going with that?
I don't know. I'm just a lad from Liverpool.
I don't remember. Anyway.
Let's play the policy of truth.
No. Do I have to?
No.
Apocalypse, I want to show you something before you go away. What does that say? Your what? What does that say? What is this? Can somebody read the chat room for me?
Louie B, hug, and then...
Hi, Louie B. How are you doing?
The great... She's a buttercup.
Joe Seeker is so freaking funny. I think he is probably, through the internet, he's one of the funniest people I've ever encountered.
I made you laugh sometimes, Debbie. I'm sorry. All right. She turned off her webcam, I think.
No, I didn't. I'm looking at you with a mean face.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying Joe is, you could just almost say everything Joe says is a one-liner.
You know what? He made me laugh really. When him and Jimmy Lethal were on one time, he made me absolutely lose it.
Mm-hmm. He's funny as hell, Jerry. Ow, shit. Shoot, rats.
When he's not being contentious, he's very funny.
All right, you want to hear what's just hit the line?
What?
Okay, 4chan. Do you know what 4chan is?
I do.
Yes.
All right, anyway, let's see. Why take the risk of being lied to? Well, I guess everything is over now. We'll never recover from this. It shall become the golden shower henceforth.
What?
A dossier making explosive but unverified allegations that the Russian government has been cultivating, supporting, and assisting President Donald Trump for years and gained compromising information about him has been circulating among elected officials, intelligence agents, and journalists for weeks. And now 4chan is going after it, saying that it now claims the infinite golden showers, blah, 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 blah. It's a hoax. And 4chan is going after it. So the mainstream media is going to be fucked because they're going to come out with this is all bullshit and it's all a hoax, and they fell for it. So all this shit that was coming out today about Russian connections, and it's all been a troll to get them to bite. You know what I mean? It's bait. And they do.
What's 4chan's motivation, by the way? I've always
it's kind of like, it's in a way, it's kind of like anonymous and stuff. Okay, but they basically they're internet sleuths or investigators into stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they do stuff, and they, and the people in 4chan, if you go there and read it and stuff, some of them actually claim to be real live, full-fledged FBI agents anonymously posting information. And they claim to be it. You know what I mean? And when you read it and then you go 3 months down the road, you go, yeah, obviously they are, because they had it all figured out a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed that, like, because Anonymous isn't, because there are a lot of people in Anonymous. Some claim to be, like, from the left or from, and from the right, I just, it's hard to know where they stand, basically.
Yeah. It says here 4chan rickrolled this Trump story back in November, and the media and CIA felt, basically, they just sucked it up themselves. And it says, this is not a drill. And this just came out just now. I mean, just as we were speaking. The mainstream media and supposedly the CIA is flippant about an old trolling stunt. And it says they're either really stupid or becoming desperate. All these scandals have rolled out from a myriad of allegations to the pussy-grabbing tape to eventually turned out to be hoaxes or picadillos that no one cares about. In other words, they're driving the agenda. People are picking up on it. They're coming through with it, and then it's turning into a story, and then the story is easily debunked. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So then they're discrediting. They're getting them to bite, and then they bite, and then they put it out there in Washington Post and stuff, and this is part of the whole fake news ordeal. Then they put it out there,
they're basically
and then they already have it backed
they're
up.
They're basically trolling.
They're trolling. It's the ultimate troll. It's the ultimate troll.
I'd like to welcome one of the ultimate trolls on Spreaker. Hi, Louie B. How are you? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
It says right here, Ricky Vaughn, who's one of the top guys on Twitter.
Jerry, hold on. Let me welcome Louie to the call. Hi, Louie. Welcome to the call. How are you, dear?
Hi, I didn't know I was the ultimate troll.
I
didn't know
didn't say the ultimate troll. I said you're one of the trolls on. Oh, I was just joking anyway because Jerry said ultimate troll. I was just playing along with Jerry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 4chaners are notorious for trolling. That's basically what they do.
Actually, it was a 4chan troll is actually almost ruined my comedy career here in New York. Yeah, no, not because they directly attacked me personally. It's since I'm one of the only like Trump supporting stand up comics here in New York. They have this like campaign going on to shut down like any like do it yourself type art spaces that are like left leaning. And they'll call like the FDNY on them and have them shut down. And there's one comedy club that was banned from for telling not nice jokes.
You got banned from a comedy club for telling rated R jokes? What is that all about?
Not nice jokes.
Was Jerry snorting cocaine off camera?
What happened?
No.
I love you, Jerry. No, go ahead. So you got banned. So talk to us first about what's going on with you. What brings you to help us help you? I'm just joking. What brings you to the show tonight, Lou? I haven't talked to you in months.
I miss looking at that gorgeous ass of yours.
You want to see my ass?
Well, I can't see anything. I use a what you call it?
I don't know.
A Linux operating system, so I can't see.
Ah, so you're a hacker, huh?
Can I see it and then I can describe it to Louie?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Please describe every painful detail, every divot, and
no, there's no divots. You have divots. So
that's what every woman says, and you know, but that's okay. It's the imperfections that are sexy to me.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
you know, a little spot of like cellulite, like right under the curvature as it creases.
No, I don't have one of those. See, I have these. Everybody says that I've got hamstrings that go up the back, and it just goes straight up like that. There's no. What do you call it? Like a.
That sounds like an extraterrestrial, Debbie.
No, it's not. It's just I have a real different kind of a body. I'm real athletic. Well, it's all I've ever done all my life is that work out. That's what I do. I sit and work out while I'm on the air. I squeeze these things and these hands.
Oh, you do your Kegels?
Oh, I'm always doing Kegels.
Ah, ooh, that means all right.
Tight as a mouse's ear.
We call that motherfucking tizite.
Victor calls me Vice Grip.
I make like a lot of
I'm joking.
Relay runs back and forth to the refrigerator.
Yep.
And I carry like 12 ounces each way each time.
That's true.
Do you at least do you do like dips while you walk?
Well, you know what I found out was really good? Walk like a monkey or walk like an ape. Because it's actually really good for your joints and your lower back and your body. So when you walk around the house, just start walking around the house like an ape.
Will that help my pinched nerve in my neck?
Yeah, it'll help everything. Because it really relieves the stress of your whole body if you just walk like an ape.
And you're also able to apply for government assistance.
Oh yeah, and that true. That too. But then the next thing is that it really pisses your wife off.
Yeah.
Stop walking around like an ape.
Mm-hmm. Because it reminds her of her lover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine. It pisses her off.
I mean, just think about it, though. Think about it. Just actually try it right now in your living room. Just like walk around like an ape, like if you're Planet of the Apes or something.
Donkey Kong?
And actually, you're building muscles and you're strengthening your muscles and it's so much easier on your skeletal system.
Jerry, sit down, you maniac.
True.
I love you. Look
Really
at Jerry. Jerry is an IT professional. He works for Google, and he is in high security. He's in the IT department of Google. If you want to hack anybody, there's your man right there. I've known Jerry for years.
We're White Hats.
Whatever, same thing. And
White Castles are delicious. They closed the one near me just to build like fucking condos. I hate gentrification.
You mean they paved Paradise to put in a parking lot? We got to hear that song. We got to fucking hear that song.
Oh man, I want some donuts.
Oh, you know, it seems to go when you don't know what you got till it's damn.
Pave Paradise, put up a park. There's my stabby McSnuggies.
So yeah, anyways, yeah, I've been like in comedy here. I've been. It just turned out that the guy that banned me for saying like sexist jokes and shit.
Oh, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, he ended up getting accused of rape by some chick, and he's like, which is funnier because he's like a male feminist.
Ugh.
And now he's a male rapist.
He's a male feminist? That doesn't even make sense. What do you mean?
It's called a cuck. He's a cuck.
He's a beta cuck.
So, and then I was on this podcast on Sunday called Pod Awful. And, you know, I'm being interviewed. And
what a play on words, like God awful. It's pod awful.
Pod Awful.
I got it. I'm hip.
I'm wearing my Hillary for Prison shirt on the show, and the guy admits that he was the one that called to have the place closed. And I was like, all right, well, fuck him.
Yep. Move
And
on.
now he's been accused of rape. So he was a pussy beggar, now he's a accused pussy raper.
Hey,
Yeah.
Louie?
Yes,
Louie?
dear.
Did this just happen today?
Me?
No.
Y'all keep talking. I'm going to go get a glass of water. I'll be right back.
No, this
All right,
is just this is something I've been dealing with a month. In fact, imagine I've been getting like fight threats and shit from like comics here in New York for having this fucking SJW place shut down that I actually had zero shit to do with it. Like I was, you know,
It's just so weird because myself and then another guy that I know, and we're like more into the software development, freelancing business and stuff, you know.
Mhm.
And it's just like these creeps are coming out of the fucking woodworks right now, man. It's unbelievable.
what alt-right guys?
Well, no, not really. Just in general business and stuff. These guys that don't do anything but negotiate and try to be the boss. And there's just this
You mean trolls?
strange mafia style pushing people around stuff that they don't understand, that those of us that, you know, I mean, there's certain people out here that don't fall for that or don't do that or don't deal with that. In other words, we're not going to like just cower into a corner and anything you want. Yes, massa. We're going to go, you know, yeah, well, I'll see you later.
Oh yeah, I mean these guys, they expected me to just stay quiet and just allow people to talk shit, and here I am. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna call me a alt-right comedian because I voted for Trump and I'll wear a Hillary for president. Like, fine, fuck it, I'll own it. Yeah, I'm an alt-right comic. Yeah, and if you see me, like I'm a dark-skinned Puerto Rican, and they want to call me a white supremacist. I mean,
right. No, I understand fully, but.
Have you had Tequila? What's her name? Because she was also like, I don't know if she was an alt-right comedian. What's her name? That Tequila chick?
What Tequila? Tila Tequila.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, she's hot and all, and I eat the corn out her shit, but she's Looney Tunes for real. I mean, cause she has a picture of her like posing in front of Auschwitz in like a Nazi uniform. I'm like, you what? Like
she did that really? Okay, I didn't know how far she went.
No. Just Google Tila Tequila neo-Nazi and you'll see that picture. Like I don't know, she's shit. I don't know. She's also a what you call it, a Holocaust denier. And I'm like,
that's not going to get you very far in Hollywood.
Well, she's not. Yeah, she has zero talent, and the only thing going for her was she has 2 pornos. I mean, honestly, I would. Shit, bitch, you just fucked yourself, and not in a good way.
But why do they do that stuff? I mean, like, don't you know? And like any of it, sometimes I think it's just got to be a setup. It's just got to be some sort of extreme thing that gets thrown in there to discredit. It just is so weird. It's so weird.
Either she went nuts or I don't know. I mean, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to say she shouldn't be able to work and earn money and be able to like raise her kid because it's free speech, whatever. It's
How
just
far
like,
do you take the art? You know what I mean?
I mean, honestly, as someone that likes to make jokes about anything, you should be able to, you should be able to do and say whatever you want as long as it's funny. But
How do you explain South Park being able to get away with so much? And how do you explain like Dave Chappelle?
well, I mean, because the thing is, as long
They
as it's
really,
funny,
really, really push the limit of
they,
sometimes. Oh, or Tosh,
yeah, I
Tosh
mean,
is something. Even, and I am so freaking out there and open minded and everything. And I watch it, and sometimes I get uncomfortable. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, whoa. You know what I mean?
well, I mean, look, Dave Chappelle, Matt and Trey, they're geniuses. They know the art of delivery. That's something I'm still trying to figure out. I've been, and from what I've, seen, it takes years to develop that. I have like a Pizzagate joke that I've made, and it's not there
What do you
yet.
think of Too Soon?
I don't think that's really valid. I mean, if you could make a joke about it, it shouldn't be there shouldn't be a such time limit because then
I mean, could you make a 9/11 joke the day after?
Joan Rivers did.
And look what happened to her.
And it was hilarious. I mean, she was like, imagine that one 9/11 widow that she was going to divorce her husband, and now she doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm misquoting it, obviously.
No, but I understand the gist.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's all in the delivery. It's all in, if you're. There shouldn't be any limits. There shouldn't
Some
be any.
people freak out over dark humor, though. I remember I was.
They're pussies. That's the thing. They're pussies.
Well, you remember after Challenger disaster?
Challenger.
Like where did the Challenger crew go on vacation?
What?
All over Florida.
Yeah.
What color was Christy McAuliffe's eyes?
What?
Blue. One blue this way and the other blue that way.
Well, there you go.
And so it was like
honestly, there's something to dark humor because it's like it's not so much to be crude. I mean, sometimes dark humor is you gotta spread light on bad shit. Like that's the point. That's the whole point of my like Pizzagate joke. It's to people want to talk about grab her by the pussy, grab her by the pussy. But no one wants to focus on, oh, wait, this bitch has something to do with fucking pedophile and fucking kids.
Right.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Shock humor.
Yeah, I mean, shock humor. Like, sometimes you just got to smack society upside the face. Is like
Howard Stern's made quite a living out of it.
Yeah, but now he's just pussed out because now he's gone to, like, Hollywood now.
Yeah.
Like he totally fucked over. He totally fucked over his fan base by trying now. He has this. He's trying to have a squeaky clean image, and he just doesn't give a fuck about the people that gave him the success and paid for the platform. Now he's such a fucking pussy. He sucks.
Do you think Trump should continue to tweet the things he tweets, or do you think he should be quote unquote more presidential?
And I've seen this. I've said this on my show. Look. He's dealing with people that are constantly taking shots at him and constantly quoting overly heavily edited sound bites. Like the whole like for example,
hyperbole. Yeah,
grab her by the pussy quote. Yeah. People don't recite the full quote when he said, when you're rich and famous, women let you grab them by the pussy. They only focus on grab them by the pussy. They never freaking focus on let him.
Well, they were talking about that in Minneapolis at the Restaurant and Bar Association, a whole bunch of guys, and it was like a bunch of them were saying, oh my God, can you believe what he said? And my uncle owns 3 clubs in a restaurant in Minneapolis. And he said, I've heard worse than that in this room right here.
I'm back. Did y'all miss me? Did
Oh,
Did you miss me?
I did. I need it, and it's very hard to jerk off to these guys.
I think Louie B needs to go on tour. That's what I think.
Speaking of jerking off,
Yep.
we were talking about Chris Nelson, and he jerked off. Do you remember Chris Nelson, Louie?
No.
Really? Because I remember when you talked to him, but he jerked off with another man, and we all agreed that was gay.
Wait, what?
He jerked off with another man.
Okay, and I mean,
where did this come from?
Yeah.
Well, you said the word jerk off, and that just brought me back to last night's show. We talked about Chris Nelson.
On a very special Debbie Daily, we talk about mutual masturbation between men. I mean, I guess what that will make them like hetero flexible.
I'm uncomfortable now.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know Chris Nelson, and who cares if he
Really?
wants? Like,
I'm not going to judge. I'm not judging.
Wait a minute.
What's a jerk off next to another man? I mean, as long as it's not me.
Yeah.
Keep me out of it, man.
But you
did will harm no one.
You did do a show with Chris Nelson at one time.
I did. Okay.
With Debbie. He was on with Debbie.
Oh well, shit. I how many shows I do? Like, I've done the Evil show with DJ Bad Guy. Shit. I don't like. I'm supposed to remember everybody. I mean, I the only reason why I remember K-Tap is because he committed suicide.
Yeah. That was kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I actually liked him, by the way. He was a very nice person.
And you know what got me about K-Tap is he did a show on his Spreaker channel called "Fuck You, I Can Keep You from Killing Yourself," and he talked all about suicide.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well now.
All right.
He did. I'm just being honest.
And now a little comedy by Louie B.
See, I like to talk about Chris Nelson. Just kidding.
Anyways, 3 years ago, I had double pneumonia. Oh, I was about to go into a bit. Oh, never mind.
Man walks into a bar. Come on, just do something, Louie.
Two ducks walk into a bar and they say, "Hey, we'll have 2 beers and put it on his bill." Two horses walk into the bar and they say, "We'll have 2 glasses of wine," and the bartender goes, "No problem, but why the long faces, guys?"
Yeah. How do you start with DJ Bad Guy? You put his retirement checks in his work boots.
A dirty old man drives up to a fat kid, has a bag of candy, takes out a piece. He says, "If I give you this piece of candy, will you come in my car?" The fat kid turns to him and goes, "If you give me the whole bag, I'll come in your mouth."
Oh.
Okay.
Fuck it.
All right.
Well,
I find that offensive as both a fat kid and someone not.
That is not me semi-nude, Apocalypse.
Wait, where?
Where is it?
That is not me. My legs aren't that big.
Mm-hmm.
You mullet. So I wanted to show something to Apocalypse before he goes away. I hope he doesn't go away soon. But I wanted to hear... Go ahead.
That's Chelsea Chandler, by the way.
Yes, I know that. Chelsea Handler.
Chelsea Handler, yeah.
She loves
She's
to
part
be
Jewish.
Okay.
She loves to be naked on her show all the time.
Well, who cares?
Yeah, be naked. It doesn't bother us.
She used to date 50. She used to date 50 Cent, but I think she just wanted to fuck a black kid.
Probably right.
Something I've never longed to do.
Really?
No, never.
You would think.
I've had them hit on me before, but I've never done that.
How about
You
with the
know
other
that Debbie Daly had her DNA test done?
Oh.
She is 100% full-blooded American.
I am?
Did you have your DNA test done, Debbie?
No. Mr. Midnight Movie will believe you. Don't say those things. I mowed the lawn today, and the grass is so dry that it was like I was mowing in a storm of just dead grass.
Yeah.
And now I'm coughing and coughing. I'm going to cough all.
Debbie had her DNA tested, and it shows that her family tree does not fork.
You look like you got in a gang fight and your gang didn't show up. Huh? How about that?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Now I'm just looking up Chelsea Handler.
All my jokes are way too long.
Mr. Midnight Movies really suck.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there.
Okay. I'll tell
December the 11th was the when that show. I wanted to play something for Apocalypse while I have his undivided attention. Well, it's probably divided, but still. You know, Mr. Midnight Movie, you're right. One of my biggest shows, it's over 1,200 listens. It's Lies, Lies, and More Lies. And I have no idea why.
Because you haven't played the Policy of Truth yet.
Oh, okay. We'll get to that in just 1 second, though.
So your most popular show now this year was it this year? Lies, Lies, and More Lies.
Yeah.
Was that pertaining to me and JP or no?
No, it was Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, what I'm going to
Hillary Clinton lied?
I know. Isn't that amazing? Let me see. I want to show you the Apocalypse. Apocalypse, I was on a call one night. I was on a show one night, and I get a message to go to this other place where you can have audio and stuff like that. And I go there, and I want to play this, just a couple of seconds of this, and I want you to tell me, does this sound like those people from the Monster Boss Paranormal show? And here we go with it now. It's called Saturday Night. Hold on, guys. It's called Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, and I'm going to go straight to the call if I can.
Let's find another one, Debbie. I don't know. Yeah.
Where is Discord? This is it. Listen. I hate Skype. I hate Skype. Skype's a bunch of bullshit. What is your email? DebbieDaily@gmail.com. I thought it was the bronies that were pulling me over there. So I was just on my way, just as happy as can be. I thought it was the bronies, but apparently it wasn't the bronies. Take a listen. It's a password, all right? Let's choose a password. D. Register your account. This is cool. This is a nice... Cute. Okay. This is neat.
I'm having a settlement performance issue on the network right now. The fix has been implemented, and we're monitoring the results. We're still activating. We're still actively investigating.
Debbie, click on General Gaming. Okay, General Gaming.
A lot of my stuff is really fun.
Hello?
Hey, Debbie.
Hi.
You'll notice there's a higher voice quality here than on Skype.
No kidding. This is crazy.
Welcome.
Debbie, your mic is so crisp.
Oh, thank you. It's a blue microphone by Yeti.
Blue microphone
by Yeti. Oh my god, it's kind of giving me shivers. It's a bit weird.
I've only seen their silver ones.
Quick ASMRs.
So what do y'all do? Are y'all playing on Twitch right now, or what are y'all doing?
No, we're just hanging out.
Oh, okay.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, Based Ghost. Based Ghost. I think I know where I'm at now. Okay.
You know who Based Ghost is?
I know what being based is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Overwatch.
Well, yeah, you can right-click on your name and you can see your roles. Now you have the Overwatch role. So when
all right, Apocalypse. Is that the voice on Monster Castle Paranormal Radio? Because the other guy starts talking and he sounds like Wolfman too in a minute. But I don't want to bore these guys to death that I've got on the line here with me. Let me go see if you're saying anything. Do you know who that is, Apocalypse? Do you know who that is, Apocalypse? Is he even listening?
I don't know.
Kate Upton loves you. I mean, do you know what I'm asking you? Where are we at? Hold on, let me hit play. Let me go see if you're saying anything. Do those voices sound like those people? I mean, does that sound familiar? I don't know. One of them, I don't.
None of these people.
Excuse me, what?
I know none of these people you speak of.
I guess they were bronies. I don't know. I just felt so
What are bronies like?
They're followers of Ghost, and I pissed off the Brony Nation. I had them. Well,
how okay.
Well,
God damn it, Debbie.
What?
Why did you piss off the bronies?
Because I was in an IRC chat with them one time, and they were talking about Trump, and they said, "Get that Trump supporter out of here." And I said, "Come on, man, are you fucking kidding me, Dr. Bristol?" Dr. Bristol kind of runs things, that and Celtic. And I said, "You're kidding me." And they said, so I got into it with this girl. Well, I found out that the girl was like one of the head girls, and she blackballed me out of there. But all the other people are like, "We still like Debbie." It's just kind of a stupid thing. You know what I mean? It was just a dumb thing. But the Brony Nation was what had my listens up way up in the 400s and 500s. Because what Dr. Bristol would do is if he caught me on the air and they were in the IRC, it wasn't Skype, it was the IRC that they were in. He would tell everybody.
Can't help those people.
He would tell. I don't want to help him. He would tell them to go. I'll go over and hit play on my show, and it would just go boom, 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 boom. It would just blow up like crazy. So anyway, but getting past that. Now, where were we?
I don't know.
Anyway.
All right, then.
What else do y'all want to talk about?
Policy of truth.
Well, that's just a song. I don't want to play a song because y'all make too much noise when I play the songs.
No, we don't.
Oh, yes, you do. You're making noise right now.
Because I got to take Selena to work tomorrow if it is, because it's...
I always thought bronies were guys that like My Little Pony.
Not necessarily. I mean, they are, but they're not.
But they're ghost hunters?
No.
They're bronies.
It's just something that a lot of people... The Founder trailer. What is this, Mr. Lester, Sonny Lester? I have so many Skype messages, it's ridiculous. I'm just ignoring them.
Did you say Sonny Lister?
No, Sonny Lester.
Oh, Sonny Lister. He's a boxer.
Not anymore. Now he's a real estate mogul.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
That is some wild and wacky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I had so much to talk about tonight with Jim Morrison. Do you like Jim Morrison, Louie?
No.
Really? How come? Why not?
Because I'm 33 and Puerto Rican from New York City.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. That's sort of just...
Here's your sign.
What?
Here's your sign.
No, it's not that. I mean, anybody can like classic rock music if you're into it. You're into it. Well, if not,
I only the only classic rock I'm really into is Cream, White Room. In a white room with black curtains at the station. That's the only thing that seems to appeal to me, that one song.
Well, who's your favorite comedian?
I got many, but the first one would have to be Bill Hicks.
Not Bill Burr?
I like Bill Burr, but Bill Hicks is who I would say I light a candle for.
Who is Bill Hicks, Jerry? Do I know that guy?
Yeah, awesome comedian. Died at 32, 33 years old. I don't exactly know what, but he died of cancer. And he really didn't reach his pinnacle of fame until after he died. But he was on, I believe, the Tonight Show or one of the shows, and he gave a stand-up act that then they said, "You're never going to be on this again." And then after he died, Letterman, and I think Letterman said something about him. And then they brought his mom back to Letterman after he died and said, "We were so totally wrong. We just didn't get it." You just got to kind of look up Bill Hicks. He was phenomenal, and he had some phenomenal acts. He was from Austin, by the way. Austin, Texas.
Yeah. I mean, he really speaks. In fact, his stuff is so good that it's still relevant today.
Yeah, he was the Lenny Bruce of the '90s.
Oh, and Lenny Bruce I like a lot too. Like I like people that have like they're so fucking brutally honest. They get a reaction out of people, and like people try to like it's them that people misunderstand, and they always attack and they try to take them down only to like appreciate them when after they're gone.
Exactly.
Like it's. I mean, of course, and I also like
Lenny Bruce was arrested numerous times.
Oh yeah. I mean, which makes me sick.
For a
How
stand-up comedy act.
Like how comics, like how there's so many social justice warrior comics, and then they would hate. They'll say, "Oh yeah, I like Lenny Bruce." No, you like his fame. You liked his how his you liked his fame. But if he was around now, these comics would shit on him and try to run him out of the business.
Oh, they'd be scared shitless of him, and yeah, exactly.
Like how they try to do me, and they disrespect Lenny Bruce's sacrifice to be able to do comedy without getting arrested on obscenity and shit.
So they basically infected comedy just as they have academia, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was this. I've been.
That was the last great bastion of American First Amendment freedom of speech is comedy.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all there's protected classes. Like it's really hypocritical because, again, I was just saying this on my show tonight. They'll say, "Oh, you can't say the N-word on stage. You can't talk about women. You can't," because they have this concept called punching down. Me, I don't believe I'm above or below anyone else. So I believe everyone is fair game to go after. But the problem is, they'll say you can't talk about blacks, you can't talk about Jews, you can't talk about this, you can't make racist jokes.
So there's stifling, yeah.
Yet these same people will make racist Puerto Rican jokes, and I'm
or
like
Jewish jokes. Or I particularly grew up Catholic. I'm not a practicing Catholic by any means for many years. Okay, but it's the same thing, and it's kind of like, okay, you can make an entire Broadway show. Trey Parker and so forth can make a Broadway show called The Book of Mormon, and even Mormons go to it and laugh, you know what I mean, at themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, and could you imagine making the book of the Quran or something? Or
I think Matt and Trey would do it, but I mean,
no, they actually had some things, and they basically backed off because of pressure and everything.
Damn.
They had an episode, a South Park episode, everything, and they didn't do it. You know how they did it with Jesus and all that? I mean, and so they basically backed off and said, too much.
That's really disappointing.
Sad, but and I can understand their position because of the climate, but it's all pretty crazy, and I didn't know it was that bad.
Mm.
I didn't know. I thought that there was still, I can flip the TV on, watch the Comedy Channel, watch things, and go, wow, they're still stretching it. But I didn't know that they were clamping down at the clubs, like you were talking about in terms of.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's like, I mean, you want to hear the. I mean, this is not like a development. This was like my year one material, but you want to hear what got me banned?
Of course.
All right, Debbie. And
yeah, I'm here. I'm talking to somebody else.
He's going to do his act that got him banned.
Yeah. Okay. Well, some of the insults that are thrown at women are just not accurate anymore. Like, you can't really call a woman a bitch because female dogs are loyal. You wouldn't. I wouldn't call a woman a whore because that implies you get what you pay for. I don't believe a woman can really be a slut because most women don't know how to fuck. And this last joke is like a nod to Jimmy Carr. Like, I wouldn't call a woman a cunt because Most women are neither pleasurable nor stimulating to be around. I think it's really disgusting and cowardly to hit a woman, but they make funny noises when you punch them in the face.
Well, yeah.
What about this? There may not always be, it may not, see, what is the thing they say? It may not be right to hit a woman, but there's always a reason. Anyway, never mind. That's a Bill Burr thing. You couldn't do that. That'd be copying somebody.
Yeah.
Yep. Same old, same old. So,
Wait, Bill Hicks, It's Just a Ride.
What do you mean?
You want me to link it?
No, I'll do it.
Bill Hicks, Just a Ride.
I'm really funny about comedians. I hope it's funny because I don't think it. But I did find that document to show y'all this part where it says, you're compliant with this agreement must include the following. Do not generate invalid ad impressions or ad clicks by bots, automated programs, or similar devices, blah, 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 blah. But then it also says, please avoid using any copyrighted material in your content that would breach the terms of this agreement, that will breach the term of this agreement and the terms of use. Please refrain from any fraudulent, misleading, or false activities. And we reserve the right to withhold or deduct payment of net revenues due to you or to suspend or otherwise disable this account pending the reasonable investigation of the actions. It's just, you know what I mean? It's like, in the event you are exposed during the pendency of this agreement to the inner workings of any of our business practices, you hereby agree to keep this information confidential and not to disclose to any third party. This obligation shall continue even if you no longer participate in this program. They will not be...
I never disclosed that to a third party. I just disclosed it to Jerry.
Poor Jerry.
Anyway.
And Louie. I just disclosed it to Jerry and Louie, not any third parties. They're second parties for sure.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
And then there was a bunch of people listening, and those were like 8th and 9th parties and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's... I mean, never mind. Okay.
So no third parties. No third parties was any of this delivered to. None. Not one third party.
What is the song you wanted me to play?
Me?
Yeah, you asked me to play. Oh, it was Bill Hicks. Is that right?
Oh, Bill Hicks. You said you didn't want me to look it up. I would look it up, but it's Bill Hicks. It's Just a Ride.
Got it. And he's got on a hat. Is that him?
Yeah, that's him. Looks kind of like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah, he does. He looks like Stevie Ray Vaughan.
There is a point. Is there a point to all this? Let's find a point. Is there a point to my act? I would say there is. I have to. The world is like a ride at an amusement park, and when you choose to go on it, you think it's real, because that's how powerful our minds are. And the ride goes up and down and round and round. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly colored, and it's very loud, and it's fun for a while. Some people have been on the ride for a long time, and they begin to question, is this real, or is this just a ride? And other people have remembered, and they come back to us, and they say, hey, don't worry, don't be afraid, ever, because this is just a ride. And we kill those people. Shut him up. We have a lot invested in this ride. Shut him up. Look at my furrows of worry. Look at my big bank account and my family. Has to be real. It's just a ride. But we always kill those good guys who try and tell us that. You ever notice that? And let the demons run amok? But it doesn't matter because it's just a ride. And we can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love. The eyes of fear want you to put bigger locks on your door, buy guns, close yourself off. The eyes of love instead see all of us as one. Here's what we can do to change the world right now to a better ride.
Take all that money we spend on weapons and defense each year and instead spend it feeding, clothing, and educating the poor of the world, which it would many times over, not one human being excluded, and we can explore space together.
Well, I think we're pretty much already feeding, clothing, and feeding the poor. That's called EBTs and Salvation Army. And sometimes people think, and this is not my opinion, I'm just saying what people say, but he seems like he's using this more as a political platform to give his opinions on.
Oh yeah, he was kind of like a
Lenny Bruce,
a philosopher,
more of a George Carlin.
Yeah. Well, this says Bill Hicks banned last appearance on the late night.
Yeah, this is what got him banned from the late night show.
Do you want me to play
just
that
like Louie, he got banned. Only got banned from late night. And then after he died, actually, David Letterman brought his mom back on to apologize and say basically they made a huge mistake and they didn't understand his humor or they like screwed up.
This one's called Why Do Women Hate Giving Blowjobs? Drugs. He does one called Drugs.
I don't know. What was the one that was on the Tonight Show, though, or the late night with David Letterman?
It's 10 minutes long. It's called last appearance on the late. It says on the late night. That's all it says.
Late night with David Letterman. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's one that says he destroys the Illuminati. That's long too. But the one where it says positive drug story is only 5 minutes. You want to hear that one, maybe?
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Here's his final performance on Letterman. That's not that long. Did he die?
Yeah, he died of cancer at 32 or 33. Yeah.
Back in the 90s. Yeah.
Wow, that's not very funny. And that's not very good. Voice of Reason in a Mad World. That's 17 minutes long.
We'll just play that one of the 5 minute ones or something.
Okay, I'll play. Bill Hicks Explains the U.S. Presidency. Well, we'll play your favorite.
That's hilarious too. That's a hilarious bit too.
I have this feeling, man, because there's a handful of people actually run everything. That's true. It's provable. It's not I'm not a conspiracy nut. It's provable. Handful, very small elite run and own these corporations, which include the mainstream media. I have this feeling who's ever elected president, like Clinton was, no matter what your promises you promise on the campaign trail, blah, 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 when you win, you go into this smoky room with the 12 industrialist, capitalist scumfucks who got you in there, and you're in this smoky room, and this little film screen comes down, and a big guy in a cigar roll the film. And it's a shot of the Kennedy assassination from an angle you've never seen before. It looks suspiciously off the grassy knoll. And then the screen goes up, and the lights come up, and they go to the new president. Any questions? Just what my agenda is. First we bomb Baghdad. You got it. But we've got to come to some new ideas about life, okay? I'm not being facetious about abortion. It might be a real issue. It might not. It doesn't really matter to me, because what matters is if you really believe in sanctity of life, then you believe it for people of all ages. That's what I hate about this fucking child worship syndrome going on around there. Take the children. Take the children. How many children were in the wake of the children? Hey, what does that mean? They reach a certain age, they're off your fucking love list? Fuck your children if that's the way you feel. Fuck you with them. You either love people in general from all ages or you shut the fuck up. Bill, what kind of philosophy is this, Bill? I don't know yet. I'm chasing this philosophy like a hound. I don't know where it's heading. Trying to tree it, Who are you? Don't be with you damn kids. No. Who are you? I'm me. It's true. Shut the fuck up. Quit thinking you're going to fucking make the world better by bringing more little fucking cabbages to the planet. Why don't you try loving the people that are already fucking here, okay? Instead of living for a future that never fucking comes. It doesn't exist. It ain't coming. There is no future. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist. You're our future. The children are our future. There's no such thing, asshole. Take some mushrooms and squeegee your third fucking eye. Oh my
my God, there is only this moment.
This road I'm on just goes on forever. I don't know when I'll be back your way.
The argument doesn't work with me, Flapjack. Go back to your fucking crackerjack lifestyle, and I'll meet you at the evolution bell curve. I'll be sitting there a while. It's kind of a tortoise and the hare story. That's Bill waiting for people to catch up. What do you think science is going to save us, Bill? Oh, fuck. Take mushrooms, folks, and squeegee your third fucking eye. Okay, TV has clouded it over, okay? TV is like taking black paint to your eye. Take mushrooms. What do you think? Mushrooms are here by accident? You think it's a fucking accident? Mushrooms grow on cow shit? Where do you think the phrase "that's good shit" came from?
I like him a lot. He's really cute. He's got a good attitude, I think. I like him a lot. He really does.
Had, right?
Had.
That's really sad that he died so young. What is up with that? That's horrible. Excuse me. That's horrible.
Well, some conspiracy. Well, there's this one conspiracy that he was so effective that they had to kill him.
Yeah. That's a little odd.
And then there's another conspiracy which personally pisses me off because I don't find his ass funny. That he basically had plastic surgery and now he's Alex Jones.
Oh please! Oh my God! It's a little tough to think. I don't know. It's a little tough to take.
Oh yeah, no, it pisses me off. I'm like, Alex is really just not funny.
I just think there's something wrong with Alex Jones. Just being honest.
Yeah, because I don't think if he was Bill Hicks, he would like, he would actually have real beef with
Yes.
Oh God, what's his name? Donald Trump. Oh goddamn! It's time for me to go to bed. Oh.
I wanted to play something for everybody out there that's been feeling down. They've been feeling depressed. They've been thinking about they don't know what to do with their life. And I heard this for some reason. I heard this on Kevin's show, and it made so much sense to me that I wrote down here on. I have a big calendar on my desk. I wrote down Kevin's audio to play it for you guys. Have you ever heard from a guy named Les Brown?
Not even.
You have or have not? Have you ever heard of him? Anybody? He's pretty good. He's a motivational speaker, but he's different. Different than anything. Just like that comic that you just played. He's different than he's, you know what I mean? And it's pretty amazing audio. Do y'all want to hear it? Will it make y'all sad if Kevin chimes in on a little bit of it maybe sometimes? I'm not sure if he does or not.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is good stuff. I think this is the one. Les Brown.
Yeah,
When
they
you're
got to
working on a
keep digging.
dream, at
And I may
some point in time, a transition take place. And the transition is what you are becoming in pursuit of the dream. Because even if you don't get the dream, you become such a strong and powerful person. It will so change your life, you can look at something else and say, well, I think I'll go do this then. Because you have now developed yourself in such confidence and such competence in how to deal in the arena of life that you can move into another area and not miss a beat. Once you begin to discover who you are, then you really realize how you have been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth, including all the dimensions of your life. But you can only do that through the struggle of life. And most people avoid the struggle. Most people go through life avoiding pain. And when you go through life like that, something in you dies.
Something in you that you never activate is lying dormant in there, that you never get a chance to call on because you have not challenged yourself. Somebody said the land of familiarity belongs to the dead. That most people like to feel like they're a king in the area of their comfort zone. They only want to do those things that they know how to do well. Osborne said, unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you've already mastered, you will never grow. So if you want to begin to grow, you've got to put something out here that you can't reach easily, that has got to make you stretch, got to make you jump for it, got to make you get back a little bit and dig in so that you can take a leap for it. And maybe you jump up there and you miss it and you skin your knees and you come back again and you bust your lip next time. But you keep on, and through that process, you learn how to leap higher. You start challenging yourself to dig deeper, and then you discover some things about you that you don't know right now, some talents that you have in you that you didn't know that you can do. I started out just talking to kids, and now I'm speaking at corporations. Now I'm traveling. I didn't know I can do this, but had I not given myself a chance, and I'm saying to you, give yourself a chance. Here's something else. If you want to begin to make your stuff happen for you, I think that it's very important that you start trusting yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to that still small voice within you. Don't try and make everything logical. There's some things about life that defies logic, that you just can't explain how the outcome is going to be. I think that's why Paul said you've got to learn how to walk by faith and not by sight. That once you begin to trust yourself and your ideas and your instincts, life takes on a whole new meaning, because now I want you to do that feeling that you are led. Just feel, I am led. And don't give your power away. You don't need anybody to approve your dream. It was given to you. If they can't see it, it's because it wasn't given to them. It was given to you. Hold it, nourish it, cultivate it, work on it. It's yours. It's your baby. Work on it until it comes into fruition. I gave away my power, and I said, I'm not going to do that no more. Here's something else for those who make it today. Do what you know is right. Treat people like you want to be treated. Don't try and take any shortcuts. Don't try and cheat. Pay your dues up front. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, what goes around comes around. You can pay now, or you will pay double later. So do the right thing. There might be a tendency sometimes, because of the negative part of our consciousness and our own programming, for us to want to say, well, I'll just do it this time. It won't matter. Won't nobody know. Ladies and gentlemen, everything matters. And you know you're somebody. You know. I'd rather lose out on my dream doing the right thing than to cheat trying to make a shortcut to get to my goal. I want to be able to look myself in the mirror. And that's what you want to do. There's no saying, judge a man not by what he does, but by that he doesn't have to do. And to judge the true quality of a man is what do you do when nobody's looking. See, there's some good out there for you in the universe that has your name on it. And nobody can get your good. It has your name on it. They can't take your stuff. It's your stuff. So when you know that, whatever you're seeking, it's also seeking you. You don't worry. You don't run scared. You don't think somebody's going to take it from you. You listen to your inner voice, and you always take the high road. There will be the tendency, the natural inclination to take the low road. You must resist that. Here's something else I encourage you to do if you want to make it today. Keep your agreements. Keep your agreements that you make. And establish.
And then he cuts it off right there for some reason. But then he picks it back up and he finishes. You know something, Louie? You know they say that things happen for a reason. For some reason, I get the strange idea, the strange feeling that you were meant to hear this tonight. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I just do. You know how things happen for a reason? People are put in certain positions to hear things.
He's in that same position of what a lot of those guys were. You know, I mean, you have to fight for your right to party. That was from the very amazing Philosophers Beastie Boys.
Yes.
Well, but I'm being serious. I mean,
I'm being serious
Did
too.
you hear what that guy just said?
I'm more into intergalactic planetary though.
Well, never mind. Y'all are not.
It's
paying
true, though.
attention.
No, it's true.
Well,
yes,
no,
we heard what he said. I heard
being
what he
stupid.
said.
That's fine. I don't care. I can be stupid too. I just didn't.
No.
What are you talking about, my friend? Don't be like that. Okay, don't be like that. Doggy.
I didn't kick the
Beginning
dog.
to suck very badly.
No, do not do that. Do not. We do not have bad attitude. I am very fatigued as we speak right now, my friend. I'm very tired.
Oh my goodness, Daddy.
My goodness. Look, in my country, I would treat you like a cow.
Really?
Oh yes.
Well, in another.
Meaning that he would not eat you, Debbie.
I will eat you out.
I would kick your dog.
You kick my dog? Why did you kick my dog?
Do y'all mind if I end the call and close the show with a couple of things I wanted to talk about on my own?
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. Well, it is your show.
Well, I mean, it's getting late and I need to do that before I get off the air here.
I was about to hop off anyways because I'm like...
I'm glad. It's good to talk to you.
Go ahead, Debbie, and speak what is on your mind.
Well, I can't.
Don't you got my number? I mean, you can call me whenever you want and flirt with me. I mean,
I don't have your number. Maybe I did it before, but
I really like this Louie B guy, man. First night I've ever met you, and I really like you. You're awesome.
I know.
You've
You've
really
never
awesome.
met Louie before? You've never met Louie before?
No, never met him. He's really an awesome dude. I really enjoyed hanging out tonight. I really get. He's like a hero to me because I would love to go out and do that, but I mean, it's like the guts to get out there and get in front of people and go to clubs and to strive like that. And I know it cannot be. It's got to be just very, very hard, but you got to just really keep hammering and never quit. That's got to be one of the hardest jobs in the world. Would be to be a ground level club to club stand up comedian. I mean, my wife and I, every time we go to Seattle, Minneapolis, San Francisco, San Diego, the thing we love to do at night is to go grab a bite to eat and go to a comedy club. It's just like, I'd rather do that than go listen to loud music and get drunk. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's just like, and I can see those guys. It's a struggle. But I just hope that I wish him all the best. I wish you all the best, Louie, and I hope that you get famous and.
Did you ever do that thing I told you to do, Louie, that I found out when I was in the comedy club thing?
Holy crap. Howtobevague.com.
Do what?
Howtobevague.com. It's like, do you remember? Did you get the thing done that you did? The thing that we spoke about.
No. What you do is you put a little tiny notepad in your back pocket, and anytime you see anything during the day or the night, you make a note about it. If you think it's good.
I carry a notebook with me all the time.
Okay, that's all I was just going to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll go back on mute. Sorry.
All right,
just stick with it, Louie. Just keep rocking. Keep on rocking in the free world.
I will. All right. Good night, everybody.
Right on, man.
Good to talk to you, Louie. Good to talk to you, Jerry.
You too, Debbie. All right, you have a good
Call
one.
me
okay?
all the time, okay?
All right, we'll do. I'll talk to you in the future.
Listen to what I'm going to play. All right. I was listening to Kevin Kierstead, and something hit me, and I thought it was very poignant, and I wanted y'all to hear what he had to say. He was talking about us, me, you, Stabby, Apocalypse. But what he had to say was really interesting to me and made a lot of sense. Now, I hope this is it. I don't know if this is it or not, but it might be. I hope it is. It was so amazing. I don't know where I'm going to find it, though. Let me see. Let me just poke around in this for a minute and see what I can find.
Whatever. I mean, it could be that. Maybe it's because I'm too nice in general. And it's true. There are a lot of hosts out there that will cut in. They will cut into their callers. They will cut in and assault various media personalities and other known names. And I generally don't do that. Somebody really has to piss me off. It takes an Alex Jones or somebody who I believe is really hurting people. Then I get a little mad, and you get to see the animal part of me. Or a bully. You show me a bully with any, almost in any context, almost. And I'll probably go after him. It's like putting a cat in front of a dog and saying, now behave. I'm chasing the bitch. I'm going to bite him. Yeah, we had a very well-trained dog at a motel. Speaking of law, we're going to talk a little bit about the Supreme Court decision today to let Facebook continue on argue with Stabby much. But if he gets in a bad mood, that I know have control of themselves and aren't trolls by nature. Andrew, I believe, is grabbing a bite. I have not kept up. No, I'm not chimping yet. Andrew's in the chat. Artie's in the chat. Stabby's in the chat. And I want your honest. I want your honest insults today, as far as what's wrong with my show, what's wrong with me. Think about your favorite host, the ones you really love. How does a host like me not match up to them? What am I missing? Or what am I doing that those hosts would never do because it's unprofessional or it's whatever derogatory adjective you can throw in there? I want to hear your criticisms. I'm only trusting the criticisms of people that I know have control of themselves and aren't trolls by nature. Stabby is a logician. I don't even know if that's a word, but it sounds right to me, a logician, someone who operates almost strictly on logic. But he also has an edge. That makes him a special kind of creature. Because when he comes at you, he's going to attack with reason. And it's hard to battle reason. It really is. It's very difficult. And that's why I don't argue with Stabby much. But if he gets in a bad mood, he'll use reason to beat you up. And there's really nothing much you can do about it. You can get mad. You can get band happy. But you can't really argue the point he was making unless it's purely opinion. Then you can argue the point. Apocalypse did a show earlier, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago actually, and he was talking about Stabby, and I listened closely and I thought about it, and I came to some conclusions which we'll talk about in this show later. And I don't disagree with either one of them, to be honest with you. I think Stabby is probably more aggressive than he would openly admit to. And I think Apocalypse is pretty passive, but has his moments where he will stick a stick in a fan just to make some noise. So we all have these. I mean, who's perfect do you know? But maybe my assessment's wrong. That's why we'll talk to RD, Andrew. We'll try to get a group consensus here on what's wrong with these people that we're talking about. RD says, what the fuck, Stabby? I've been sweet-talking you all night on Skype. Yeah, well, he's getting... don't get defensive, Stabby. We're just... People don't understand you, okay? Let's use this show tonight to make them understand you. Apocalypse doesn't understand why you don't come on more shows and you only hang out in the chats. Apocalypse wonders why you go after everybody. Instead of... I guess what he's wondering is, do you agree with anybody? And if you don't, why? I mean... he sees you as a fairly aggressive troll-type person, whereas I see someone like Barco more like that, but not as aggressive as you. I think you just insist that people have reason for their beliefs, and you won't accept any other description or approach to understanding life and everything in it. That's not a flaw to me, but I could certainly see how people would perceive it as a insulting, because you're telling them whatever they believe is wrong. Prove it. And if they can't prove it, well, they're kind of stuck there going, okay, I guess I couldn't prove it, so I can't be sure I'm right. And it gets people defensive. We're talking about Stabby right now, Andrew, but we're going to talk about all of us. Me, we're going to talk about Apocalypse, Barco, we're going to talk about you and RD. I want to talk a little bit about Debbie Daly and her crew. We're going to understand radio hosts before this night's over. And we're also going to understand the personalities of Spreaker specifically. Not radio hosts in general. I'm going to take that back because we're not going to talk about the famous names. We're going to talk about the people we all know a little bit about and try to figure out the differences between them, what's good and bad about them. Why do you guys... Here, let me give you an example of the way I think. Rick and I agree on just about nothing politically. I mean, he's far right, I'm center left, but he's got a very caustic response to things that seem offensive to him, which is, again, a human thing. But yet I can fully respect him and go to his show and participate in chat and not really argue much with him because I see the entertainment value in it. And maybe Stabby would look at that and say, no. If I'm going to somebody's show and they start spouting some dumb shit, I'm going to call the dumb shit out. Maybe that's his approach to life. Maybe he's doing us a service by doing that. So far, he doesn't disagree. Okay. Well, see, I have not been able to figure you out, Stabby. Only thing I've really learned about you is that you're logically sound. I can't really go any further than that. Everything else is a guess after that because I don't have enough information about you. But maybe you can help us with that tonight. Why are you getting under Apocalypse's skin? What's happening there? Maybe you can explain that situation to me. We'll read it on the air. I'm getting ready to call RD, but before I do that, I want to play a small clip for you, and this is going to set up tonight. This is a very racist dude. Some of you guys that are on the right have probably heard this conservative radio host. I can't remember his name. It's not coming to me right now, but you'll know when you hear it. So
I'm going to skip that guy, and I'm going to go on to something else that it is very near and dear to my heart. I don't know if y'all saw my Twitter today, but I tweeted pictures of me when I was at Texas Tech University. I could not believe I got an email saying that Texas Tech La Ventana, which is the window, is now available online. And so I went and I saw that I was in three places in the book. And I didn't pick out one of them because I was in a bathing suit. But even though I was 18 years old, it was just sort of weird. But anyway, I showed you the one when I was in my sorority and the one that was just a normal freshman. A freshman? Yeah, the freshman picture when I was there, and it was kind of goofy. I cut my hair all off. I was lifeguarding at the time, too, at the Lubbock Country Club. But anyway, I'm going to move forward to a crash course in psychology. Now, of course, that's what I studied when I was in school because I've always been interested in it, and I found this to be... I've never heard this before. I didn't know this was happening. I didn't know that I love listening to Kevin. There's something about Kevin that is very soothing to me. It's like I just feel warm inside, and I do not, for the life of me, know what drives a man to do that. I just, as smart as he was, I don't know. I don't want to talk about that, but I want to remember Kevin. I want us to remember him. I hated that my mother could not talk about my little brother because I wanted to laugh and talk about him, and we couldn't bring him up. And I understand that now because I honestly feel that if something like that were to happen to me, the only way I might be able to survive it is to go into complete denial, which is what happened in the movie Angel Eyes. Angel Eyes was a movie starring, that really good actor, and Jennifer Lopez. And it's the story of a man who is in his car with his wife and his younger daughter, and he makes a bad decision, has a car wreck, and they both get killed. And he can't deal with it, so he just pretends that they never happened. And he convinces himself of this because you can really play some tricks in your mind if you get that upset. And she pulls him out of it and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know where I went with that. But yeah, remembering Kevin, that's right. Because I like listening to him talk, but that was really all I was going to play. What he said about Stabby really helped me understand him. And, my show is a part of what I do over here. I mean, I've spent all day mowing lawns, being with the kids, being with this, cooking dinner. And I made an excellent dinner, by the way. Went to the market. I have a life outside of Spreaker, Barco. Barco likes to tell me that I have no life other than Spreaker, but I do no show prep. I literally turn on the mic at 10 o'clock or whenever. I was enjoying Stabby's show. I wish I hadn't let Stabby in that show because I sort of just went off topic here, but I'll never turn down a call from Jerry. Jerry is very special to me. He's been around a long time, and I like him a lot. Talkative as fuck, but I like Jerry. I like what Jerry has to say. I like Louie B. Louie B and I have a special chemistry together. I can feel that I could spend a lot of time with Louie on the phone and talking to him and just get some thoughts out. But getting back to this is called personality disorders. Now, my favorite course at Texas Tech was Psychology 309. It was a upper level course that I was allowed to take because when I had gone to Tech, I'd already been to college for quite a while. And what I mean by that is when I got out of high school, I went straight to a junior college in Dallas where I was going nuts. I had to go get special permission to take 18 hours in one semester. One of the things I took was Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 in a lab every morning at 8 o'clock. I had to be there, and I did it, and I passed it. And when I went into tech, I already had 33 hours on the books. So they allowed me to take, I already had my maths, I already had my Englishes, a couple of Englishes, and they were allowing me to take, psychology courses to go towards my major. Well, the first one I took that was upper level was 309. It was called Personality Disorders. No, it wasn't. Excuse me. It was called Theories of Personality. I still have the book. It's a blue book, and it's real thick. It's out there in my library department out there. And personality disorders, this is pretty interesting. And listen to it and apply it to your life, your real life, maybe somebody you work with, maybe your mother, your sister, your girlfriend, your husband, your brother, your uncle, your next door neighbor. See if any of these remind you of anybody that you know. And here we go. Now, I think Kevin talks a little bit on this.
I can be smooth and charming and slick. I can make a very confident impression, and it's hard to put me at a loss for words. Sometimes I find myself fantasizing about unlimited success and power and beauty. I have repeatedly used deceit to cheat, con, or defraud others for my personal gain. To be honest, I don't have much concern for the feelings of other people or their suffering. Doesn't sound like the Hank you know, does it? These are all statements from a self-assessment measure for personality disorders that lets patients describe themselves, ranking each statement in terms of how accurate they think it is. To be honest, you can't really rely too much on this kind of self-reporting to assess what we're talking about today, because while some people who are overconfident or obsessed with power or downright deceitful might tell you that they are, there's a certain subset that won't. Many of the disorders we've talked about so far are considered ego-dystonic, meaning that people who have them are aware that they have a problem and tend to be distressed by their symptoms. Like a person with bipolar disorder or OCD generally knows that they have a psychological condition and they don't like what it does to them. But some disorders are trickier than that. They're ego-syntonic. The person experiencing them doesn't necessarily think that they have a problem, and sometimes they think the problem is with everyone else. Personality disorders fall into this category. These are psychological disorders marked by inflexible, disruptive, and enduring behavior patterns that impair social and other functioning, whether the sufferer recognizes that or not. Unlike many other conditions that we've talked about, personality disorders are often considered to be chronic and enduring syndromes that create noticeable problems in life. And as you can tell from these self-assessment statements, they can range from relatively harmless displays of narcissism to a true and troubling lack of empathy for other people. Not only can personality disorders be difficult to diagnose and understand, they can also be downright scary. Most of the extreme and severe disorders go by names that you probably recognize: psychopathy and sociopathy. I'm talking like serial killers here, mob bosses, Vlad the Impaler.
I thought I'd just throw in that Stabby had made a comment in the chat room that night that says Debbie is an impaler. Anyway, let's continue.
Cultures have been studying human personality characteristics for thousands of years, but the concept of personality disorders is a much newer idea. Much of our modern classifications of these disorders are based on the work of German psychiatrist Kurt Schneider, who was one of the earliest researchers into what was then known as psychopathy, and published a treatise on the subject in 1923. Today, the DSM-5 contains 10 distinct personality disorder diagnoses grouped into 3 clusters. The first cluster, Cluster A, includes what are often labeled simply as odd or eccentric personality characteristics. For example, someone with paranoid personality disorder may feel a pervasive distrust of others and be constantly guarded and suspicious, while a person with schizoid personality disorder would seem overly aloof and indifferent, showing no interest in relationships and few emotional responses. Cluster B encompasses dramatic, emotional, or impulsive personality characteristics. For example, a narcissistic personality can display a selfish, grandiose sense of self-importance and entitlement. Meanwhile, a histrionic personality might seem like they're acting a part to get attention, even putting themselves at risk with dramatic, dangerous, and even suicidal gestures. The behavior of Cluster B can be truly self-destructive and frightening, and these disorders are often associated with frequent hospitalization. Finally, Cluster C encompasses anxious, fearful, or avoidant personality traits. For example, those with avoidant and dependent personality disorders often avoid meeting new people or taking risks, and show a lack of confidence, an excessive need to be taken taken care of and a tremendous fear of being abandoned. Now in the past, and to a great extent today, some of these categories have been controversial. Many researchers argue that some of these conditions overlap with each other so much that it can be impossible to tease them apart. Narcissistic personality disorder, for example, has many traits that resemble histrionic personality disorder. And because of this gray area, the most commonly diagnosed personality disorder is actually personality disorder not otherwise specified, or PDNOS. The prevalence of this diagnosis suggests that while clinicians can identify a personality disorder in a patient, figuring out the details of the condition can be messy and difficult. One proposed alternative for diagnosing these disorders is the dimensional model, which in essence gets rid of discrete disorders and replaces them with a range of personality traits or symptoms, rating each person on each dimension. So the dimensional model would assess a patient not with the aim of diagnosing one disorder or another, but instead simply finding out that they rank high on, say, narcissism and avoidance. It's a work in progress, so with another generation, the clinical definition of personality disorder may evolve pretty radically. One of the best studied personality disorders right now is borderline personality disorder, or BPD. Borderline makes it sound like patients are pretty close to being healthy, but not quite, but that is not at all the case. BPD sufferers have often learned to use dysfunctional, unhealthy ways to get their basic psychological needs met, like love and validation, by using things like outbursts of rage, or on the other end of the spectrum, self-injury behaviors like cutting or worse. People with BPD were once commonly maligned by clinicians as difficult or attention-seeking, but we now understand BPD as a complicated set of learned behaviors and emotional responses to traumatic or neglectful environments, particularly in childhood. In a sense, people with this disorder learn that rage or self-harm help them cope with traumatic situations, but as a result, they also end up using them in non-traumatic situations. Although challenging for patients and clinicians alike, the good news is that some psychotherapies have helped even the most severely suffering, repeatedly hospitalized BPD patients. But probably the most famous, well-established, and frankly troubling personality disorder is antisocial personality disorder. Now, you've heard of this before, but maybe by one of its now somewhat out-of-vogue synonyms, psychopathy or sociopathy. People with antisocial personality disorder, usually men, exhibit a lack of conscience for wrongdoing, even towards friends and family members. Their destructive behavior surfaces in childhood or adolescence, beginning with excessive lying, fighting, stealing, violence, or manipulation. As adults, people with this disorder are thought to generally end up in one of two situations. Either they're unable to keep a job and engage in violent, criminal, or similarly dysfunctional behavior, or they become clever, charming con artists or ruthless executives who make their way to positions of power. Tony Soprano would have qualified for a diagnosis even if he wasn't nearly as bad as, say, serial killer Ted Bundy or Vlad the Impaler, the infamous 15th century Romanian prince who personally watched about 100,000 people get impaled or have the skin of their feet licked off by goats. Yeah. That happened. Despite this classic remorselessness, lack of empathy, and sometimes criminal behavior, criminality is not always a component of antisocial behavior. Certainly many people with criminal records don't fit that psychopathic profile. Most show remorse, love, and concern for friends and family. But still, although antisocial personalities make up just about 1% of the general population, they were estimated in one study to constitute about 16% of the incarcerated population. So how might someone end up with such a disturbing disorder? Well, as you might expect, the causes are probably a tangled combination of biological and psychological threads, both genetic and environmental. Although no one has found a single genetic predictor of antisocial personality disorder, twin and adoption studies do show that relatives of those with psychopathic features do have a higher likelihood of engaging in psychopathic behavior themselves. And early signs are sometimes detected as young as age 3 or 4, often as an impairment in fear conditioning. In other words, lower than normal response to things that typically startle or frighten children, like loud and unpleasant noises. Most kids only need to get burned by a hot dish once to know to stay away, but kids who end up displaying antisocial personalities as adults don't necessarily connect or care about the learned consequences when they're little. From there, like we've seen in other disorders, genetic and biological influences can intersect with an abusive or neglectful environment to help wire the personality in a peculiar and damaged way. While the vast majority of traumatized people don't grow up to be killers or con artists, genes do seem to predispose some people to be more sensitive to abuse or trauma. Meanwhile, studies exploring the neural basis of antisocial disorder have revealed that when shown evocative photographs like a child being hit or a woman with a knife at her throat, those with psychopathic personality features showed little change in heart rate and perspiration as compared to control groups. And the classic antisocial lack of impulse control and other symptoms have also been linked to deficits in certain brain structures. One study compared PET scans from 41 people convicted of murder to those of non-criminals and found that the convicted killers had greatly reduced activity in the frontal lobe, an area associated associated with impulse control and keeping aggressive behavior in check. In fact, violent repeat offenders had as much as 11% less frontal lobe tissue than the average brain. Their brains also responded less to facial displays of stress or anguish, something that's also observed in childhood. So it's possible that some antisocial personalities lack empathy because they simply don't or can't register others' feelings. Research has also suggested an overly reactive dopamine reward system, suggesting that the drive to act on impulse to gain stimulation or short-term rewards, regardless of the consequences, may be more intense than the average person's. As we mentioned before, because personality disorders are pretty much egosyntonic by definition, people don't often acknowledge that they have a problem or a need for treatment. And in the case of antisocial personality disorder, even if they did, there aren't many specific treatments available, at least not for adults. But there are some promising interventions for kids and adolescents whose minds and brains are more plastic and adaptable. In this way, the best way to treat antisocial personality disorder may be in trying to prevent it. According to American psychiatrist Donald W. Black, among others, many kids diagnosed with conduct disorder, the diagnostic precursor to antisocial disorder, are at high risk for developing antisocial personalities as adults. But by identifying warning signs early on and by working with these kids and families to correct their behavior and remove negative influences, some of that impulse fearlessness could be channeled into healthier directions, like toward promoting athleticism or a spirit of adventure. It's important to remember that antisocial personality disorder is only one type of personality disorder. This is a diverse family of psychological conditions determined by many different factors, and we're still in the early stages of diagnosing and understanding the mechanisms behind them. Today, you learned about personality disorders and the difference between egodystonic and egosyntonic disorders. We looked at the 3 clusters of personality disorder according to the DSM-5 and how personality disorder symptoms often overlap. We also took a look at borderline and antisocial personality disorders, including their potential biopsychosocial roots. Thank you for watching, especially to all of our Super Bowl
You're
subscribers.
listening to Truth on Tap with host Kevin Kierster.
Good times. That to me is, I was sitting here taking all these notes. I was putting paranoid, schizo, dramatic, impulsive, histrionic. I was trying to write down all the ones he was saying, and then I ran out of, he was going too fast. The silence was truncated out of that audio, and we all know what that is. I had one person one time accuse me online, and we all know who it is, of having a histrionic personality disorder. I had never heard of that before. This is one of these newfangled ones. And you know what I've always said about people that just come out of nowhere with some crazy diagnosis or whatever? The more I hear what that man just said about histrionic personality disorder, I've also said that it usually applies to that person. If it comes out of left field and you don't know where it's coming from, it's like, where did that come from? More than likely they're talking about themselves. And when I heard him describe what histrionic personality disorder was, I was like, wow, now that makes so much sense why she always said I was histrionic. I was like, what the fuck? Makes a lot of sense to me. But also what he said about Stabby was interesting. He said that Stabby basically is a person that relies on, he's just really grounded. He's completely grounded. And then the other guy I was playing, the guy that was talking about, the guy that was the motivational type speaker, was saying some things can't be explained. You know? The love you have for a dog or a cat or, you know, that's just, but I know that there's even a line that gets drawn in the sand with him. And I want to say that I have learned over the past few days and over the past few weeks, there obviously will be some drastic change here with this broadcast because of what they're doing. I have learned that I can be wrong and I can be told I'm wrong and I will accept being told I'm wrong. And I'm doing better even in my real life about that because I butt heads a lot of times with Heather simply because we're a lot alike and we spend a lot of time together, and she'll say something to me and I have to realize I have to really just sit back and listen. And I'm doing that more and more and more. and I'm getting really good at it. And I'm realizing that just because I am, older or whatever, I'm not right all the time. And just because I believe in something, like I believe that the sky is beautiful, that's simply my opinion. But the sky is blue because of the reflection of water or whatever. That's a scientific fact that can't be denied. And what I was trying to make a point on this broadcast for a long time was that what I believed in my mind is a fact, and that's not true. What I believe in my mind is simply my opinion or my belief. I think that this table that I use to broadcast off, I absolutely can't stand it. I hate it because everything is so far out of my reach. Well, that's my opinion. The fact of the matter is it's probably set up really nice and it should be working in another way. Anyway, but I don't know how to explain it, but it's my opinion. And I have to realize that just because I have an opinion doesn't make it right. Like, how can I give y'all this? I'm ignoring the chat room because I want to get these thoughts out and get them on paper and get them on record. My podcast started out me being more by myself, and what I was trying to do is reach out and help some people, and I did that, and I did it good, and I helped a lot of people, and I know that I did because of the feedback that I've gotten. That's where I come from. People wonder, why I don't talk about, big intellectual things or politics or whatever. It's because that's not the part I play. That's not the role I have in life. I'm not, if we all did politics, who would be whatever. That's not who I am. What I am is I'm more of a humanitarian. I try to reach out and help people. And a lot of people, if this bug stings me, I'm going to scream. But I'm not going to kill it because I'm going to capture it and put it outside. I've got a butterfly net out there that I use. I'm going to put him outside. But he's really nasty. He looks like a black wasp. I'm bending over to look. He's underneath my lamp. Anyway, but that's basically what I do. I'm more of you've got the scientist, you've got the crazy religious people, then you've got the person that you go to when you want to just sort things out. And that's where I sort of come in. That's what I do. I kind of help people. And I had somebody come to me recently that is from my past. I haven't seen in probably, I'm going to say at least 10 years. I know for a fact I haven't seen this person. Came to me and said, and I'm not going to give out any names. I'm not even going to allude to who this person is. Debbie, they said, Debbie, so-and-so is really messed up. And I was like, what? Yeah. They contacted me through Facebook. They found me through Facebook, through my daughter telling them what my name was on Facebook and all this kind of stuff. This isn't a kid. Well, it's somebody that's, if you want to call, somebody that's 27 years old a kid, no. And they said they've gotten off track. They're separated from their family, they're estranged, and we even think that they're doing drugs and all this kind of stuff. And they will listen to you. And I don't get a lot of compliments on this broadcast. I get a lot of negativity. She's this and she's that, and she's this and she's that. And so when something like that happens, I want to feel that, and I want to say that, because I don't get you think about it, I really hardly ever get compliments. People will talk about how I look or whatever, how I sound, that's fine, but I want to make a difference in somebody's life, and I have done that, I'm pretty sure, in some people's lives, because I know what they've said in emails and stuff. And I haven't contacted them yet. I've been given cell phones and different things like that, and I'm really going to be real careful how I do this, because one time about 4 years ago, Stephen came to me and he said to me, Mom, you need to talk to Brandon. I said, what do you mean? And he says, he's really going down. You need to talk to him. I said, okay. He says, okay, you promise? And so the next time I saw him, I said, hey, come here for a second. He's like, what? I said, come in here. I want to talk to you for a second. He goes, what about? I said, close the door for a second. He sat down and I said, what's going on? Oh, not much, And he was a very, for all practical purposes, he was 666. All right. He was ICP. He was bizarre looking to the 555 is what I'm saying. To the people that go to church and the people that drive minivans, they would run if they saw this guy. So when he sat down on the floor up against the wall, and I was sitting at my desk, and I whirled around and I looked at him and I said, you think that you're a freak, don't you? He goes, what? I said, I want you to talk to me for a second. And I just went into this deep talk with this kid. I say kid, the guy's 27 years old. And I explained to him, because his father had just a bunch of problems were going on in his life. Trust me when I say that. And I told him, I said, some of the smartest teachers I've ever known in my life teach with parables. And that's the only thing I know to do is just to give you a parable. And I said, some of the strangest looking animals in the animal kingdom are just what we are. They're just, don't you get close to me, go away, don't you do it. Whoa. And I had this long talk with him. Well, Stephen was telling me, and then I kind of forgot about it. I would ask Stephen now and then, how's he doing? Whatever. And I was driving down Interstate 30 on the service road. And I looked and I saw what I knew to be this guy walking down the side of the service road. I don't know why, just the swagger, the look. And I pulled over, and the guy kind of jogged up next to the car, and I immediately locked the doors, and I had my gun on me and everything. I wasn't worried about anything like that. He kind of bent over and looked in the window and kind of motioned me, and it was him. And you know what he was doing? He was walking home from his job that he had gone and gotten, done, whatever. He had a job. He had just gotten off at, I forgot where it was. Well, I know where it's at, but I'm not going to tell you where it's at. And he was walking home. He didn't have a car. He had lost everything. He was pretty much on the bottom of the barrel, and Stephen was afraid that he was fixing to check out. And now he is, he has an apartment of his own. He even has his own car, and he's doing really good. And that's what I do. RD, Barco, Apocalypse. That's what I do. That's what I've always done. Other than that, I like to cut up and have fun with the guys, but I've sort of strayed away from that. And that's really kind of who I am. That's what I really do. I mean, I also do bookkeeping. I'm a paralegal, and Andrew was attacking me on this show pretty tough. He was calling me all, he said stupid bitch and all this kind of stuff. He says, I like Stabby except for that stupid bitch that he goes. And I'm assuming he was talking about me. He could have been talking about somebody else, but it sounded like he was talking about me. And Kevin chimes in and says, you know something? You can say Debbie's stupid all you want. And he goes, well, the other night she was asking, they were talking about Mr. Solution or something like that. I forgot what it was. It was about a year ago. And he said, and Debbie was talking about the ocean. No. Debbie was talking about the planetary system, the outer space, whatever you want to call it up there. And she didn't know what the difference between this and this was. And Kevin says, well, that's not her thing. But he says, why don't you ask her a legal question and watch what she does? And that's what we need to understand is all of us are different. All of us have gifts to bring. All of us, even the smallest of us do. All of us have a purpose. And that purpose could be, maybe you don't know what your purpose is yet. This is my big once a year deep talk that I do. And I'm looking at a bottle of nature-made magnesium, 250 milligrams, helps support nerve, muscle, and heart function. I'm not even looking at my computer, but I'm just trying to get my thoughts out here. That is what I do. And that's where I started at. I took call after call after call after call on Blog Talk Radio. People just asking me, hey, I'm just doing this. And some of them I would adopt sort of on the program. I wanted them to stay with me because I wanted to monitor them because some of these people were really down. And one of them was James. He turned out to be Jimmy. I still talk to Jimmy on Facebook. Some of these people come from the School of Hard Knocks. There was a kid over there by the name of, there's different ones that had, they came from some pretty rough beginnings and rough spots. And it's those people that, one of them that I always keep in arm's reach is Jimmy Lethal. Because I know a tiny bit more about Jimmy than most people do. That's simply because Jimmy and he opened up to me one night at about 4 o'clock in the morning when he woke me up out of a dead sleep when I lived in that apartment and was talking to me about some stuff. So, he's rough on the outside. He is, I want y'all to know that he is intelligent. He's very intelligent. You could put a science book in front or a biology book in front of Jimmy or an algebra book or and watch him just go to town. I have a lot of respect for that. That's inherited. You're born with intelligence. You can't teach intelligence. But he's not been given the best circumstances to flourish in. He hasn't been pushed, So I'm not that, somebody asked me today, why don't you get rid of him? Why don't you ban him? He's a troll. Well, he knows how to troll. There's no doubt about that. But I don't consider him a troll when it comes to me. I mean, he's trolled me and said, oh, Debbie, this, that. You know what I'm saying? A bit. So that's really all I had to say. I was mowing the grass today in the front yard and the backyard. I'm so stupid. I was doing it. It was like I walked around for 2 hours in a whirlwind of dead grass and dirt. So I can't even breathe hardly. Listen to this. Watch. I just keep coughing. I'm going to cough all night while I'm sleeping. I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I have to say. I know I've been giving Stabby a hard time lately, but, it is what it is. I do have gifts to bring people, just as you do. And you have to find, and we're not all, RD is so fucking smart. It's ridiculous. And Barco. They're like listening to two scientists talk when they're together. And even Stabby. Stabby is ridiculous. And Apocalypse is just like, well, turker-durter, he's not stupid, but he's got his gifts. He's got different gifts. And it's not that he's like this, whatever. Everybody has their different gifts. And they all are important to make the whole cookie, just like they say on Liar Liar. Is it Liar Liar? Yeah. It takes this, it takes that, it takes a little bit of everything. It takes the dreamer. It takes the person that's on the ground. Even Dennis. We can all learn from Dennis. Steve has gone leaps and bounds. I am amazed at Steve Rush right now. He's blowing my mind. I cannot believe him. He has completely done a 180, and I love that. Sunny. So before you in the future, before me especially, okay? Are quick to judge. And I feel bad about Chris Nelson, but that's cool. I can talk to Chris. Chris and I are pretty close. I can talk to Chris on my cell phone if I feel like it. And Chris will talk to me. Before we get, to judge people so hard. Unless they're just mean. Somebody that lies, that's mean, and we all know who that is. Somebody that's just downright mean, then there's not much I can do. I'm not into rehabilitating people. Maybe we should try this year in the future to make this a year that we don't, we're not so hard on people. All of us. Me, you, and Drew. No, I'm joking. All right, and that's all I have to say about that, as Forrest Gump would say. All right, shut up, Debbie. I can shut up. Can y'all hear Fufu snoring? She's so sweet. I'm afraid old Fu won't be around much longer. She's getting to where she can barely walk and stuff like that. She's just so sweet. I just love her to death. She's a pain in the ass, though. Boy, is she a pain in the ass. All right. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Oh, man. I hate when I do that on the air. I hate that. I'll see you guys the next time I do this. So everybody be cool, and we'll see you whenever I see you. Why do I look on YouTube for something to play for music? Meryl Streep made me mad too. Yeah. All right, I'm just going to play this. It's the first thing I found. Who cares? I'll see you guys next time I do this. All right, bye guys.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Don't care for you. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around.
Oh, I was going to say one more thing. I would give my right arm if I had told Kevin Kierstead what I think about him before he left. Because you just don't know. You know what the last thing I said to Sky was? I said, look, why don't you and Hillary go out behind the house with baseball bats and just beat the shit out of each other, Sky? Other than that, quit calling me. And I went, click. Because she kept calling me all day. Like, what did Hillary say? What did Hillary say? It's the last thing I said to her. And I wish I would have told Kevin, hey, I think you're a really great guy. You're really smart. That's why I said to the guys last night, let's do a living eulogy. Thanks to Louie B for calling in. You're a really cool guy, and I think you're going to do fine with your career. One of these days, I'm going to say, I know that guy. I knew him when he was nobody and just did stupid jokes on Spreaker. I'm joking. Mr. Midnight Movie, you're my brother, Jewish producer. I will have you one day. And Everybody else in the chat room, love you to death. The new sock accounts, we don't know who you are, so we can't talk about you yet, except Anonymous. I'm glad to see you tonight. And I don't know who else was in there. I'm not going to go look because I'll just get mad. I'll see you guys after this song is over. I mean, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
I wish I was special, but I'm a creep.